I am not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's video is a really interesting one because we are looking into the energy of your next 12 months based off of April's energy alone, because April is made up majority of Aries energy, Aries season, and Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, meaning that we just entered into a brand new zodiac cycle. So I am looking into how this new cycle of energy will shift you vibrationally, not just for this month of April, but over the next 12 months up until next Aries season in 2023. So this is the real new year, unlike January 1st, which marks the beginning of a new calendar year, yes, but the spring equinox or the start of Aries season, it marks a new year because of how the sun, moon, and planet Earth align. This is a refreshing of the seasons, the zodiac signs, Mother Nature. So of course, this will have an impact on our own energy, since we are inhabitants of Mother Earth, and that is what we are looking into today. And if you want more of a specific reading for your energy shift over the next 12 months, according to your specific zodiac sign, the messages for that will be posted to Patreon within the next few days, and the link is down below for access to Patreon exclusive content. And I will make a community post when I post those readings for you guys if you just wanted to, wait until those were available on the site. So a lot of fun stuff today, just looking into how your life will change over the next 12 months according to April's and Aries energy 2022. So yeah, we're going to be looking into the energetic or vibrational shifts that this new cycle of energy is going to be producing for you. And as far as like how your material or physical environment will change, I'm going to be looking into that specifically on a completely different reading, all about reality shifting. So this is all about shifting your physical environment and your physical reality. So we'll look into that in a completely separate reading. But today is just all about that energetic shift. And so now let's just get to the disclaimers in the meditation so we can get to the reading. So obviously this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you don't like and think you're just doomed to that reality, you're not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation and not answers. If you hear something for the first time, do not take that message without receiving further confirmation from your higher self and your spiritual team. Realize that at the end of the day, your free will and what you do with it will determine your outcome, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. With that being said, be responsible and accountable for your own actions and use this reading as a guide to help decipher the messages your spiritual team has been trying to say to you all along. For those of you that want to participate in this meditation, again, this is a general reading for the collective, so in order for this reading to resonate with you personally, you have to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I'm going to be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into that meditation, I will be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you're drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you're already, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. And ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirmation for the energetic shifts that you will be making, not just in April, but in the 12 months following this zodiacal new year. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. On pile 1 is grape agate. On pile 2 is a dendritic agate. On pile 3 is titanium cluster. Pile 4 is a selenite tower. All right, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off with your tarot cards here to pull in some messages about the very beginning or the start of this new zodiacal year, what you can expect. I have this reading set up like one of the monthly readings that I did a couple of months back, where it's kind of set up like an astrological chart where you have a card representing your AC ascendant energy, your MC midheaven energy, your DC descendant energy, your IC Imumkoli energy, as well as your centered earth energy. So we're going to be looking into these cards today and divining a message from the cards based on this sort of astrology setup, since we are looking into your energy for the start of the zodiacal new year and what you can expect over the next 12 months. So yeah, let's just get started. So pile 1, let's check out and see exactly what your AC ascendant energy is for the start of the zodiacal new year and moving into Aries season. So in terms of your ascendant energy, we have here the Hermit. Oh, that's interesting. So your ascendant energy would represent what you are motivated by or inspired to do. So this would be like your ideal maybe month, your ideal energy, the ideal way to start off the next sort of like 12-month cycle. And so we have here the Hermit for you. Now, this is interesting because first house is all about identification. So identification is a way to distinguish someone based off of appearance for the most part. Like we discussed on Patreon, first house is sort of like decoration. You can look at it like the way you would look at like ornaments on a Christmas tree. The way that you are being decorated or outfitted this month is with Hermit energy. Okay, and so the Hermit to a lot of people is undesirable. They see this card and they assume it means like a lack of excitement. What I'm getting though with your Hermit pile one is you will appear more distant, reserved, quiet at the start of this zodiacal new year. You may not engage as much in April because you are working towards some real goals, like actual goals. Like this for you is like almost like a do or die sort of feeling. What I mean by that is, for instance, like, okay, let's just take right now, for example, everyone's still talking about the Oscars right now. So moving into this new astrological cycle, this new year, this month in April, you'd be the sort of person to not engage in that type of conversation because your energy is going towards like maybe launching your company, for instance, or repairing your marriage or working on your health, or trying to finish out your degree. Like you may have this Aquarius type energy to you this month of April and starting out this new year, where you appear to literally be above certain types of conversations and engagements and topics because of this mindset like I have way bigger fish to fry, and you're chipping away at this massive goal one day at a time. So people may not think that you're like as personable or like as interested in April. People may think that they are boring you or annoying you because you don't engage with small talk in April. And I feel like this is you being extremely transparent about what you do and do not care about in April. But I have a feeling that some of you have always been like this, but haven't always been open about it. So like, let's say that you and your friends spend a lot of time talking about dating. And even though like you've always like lended an ear and maybe even like engaged in this sort of conversation, it's never like mattered as much to you as maybe like the rest of your friends. So in April, if they were to bring up their love life, you might be tempted to say like, I can't do this or I can't talk about this right now. But there's this like superior energy here for you, not because you're acting superior, but because you are literally channeling your attention and energy into the things that matter the most to you and you only. So a lot of people won't necessarily be able to relate to you, and vice versa this month in April and Aries season. Moving into even Taurus season, I'm seeing for some of you guys with the Hermit card. Some of you guys are Virgo risings, or you have very strong Virgo energy, very strong Mercury energy, Mercurial energy, sixth house energy. And the Hermit, again, is a very superior energy, just in the sense that it's like he's literally untouchable. He's on the top of the mountain, so he has to literally go away to receive the answers and the clarity and the wisdom and the guidance that he's looking for. He's not able to get it from the average person. So this is how you may make people feel this month, in the month of April and moving into even Taurus season, is you may make them feel a little bit useless in your relationships. And it's not, I'm going to be real with you, it's not necessarily your problem. It's more so their thing that they need to kind of manage emotionally. All right, I had to go grab these oracle cards here. So let's see. Let's get a card. Okay. Let's get a card for your energy. So we have here teacher, or for your ascendant energy. Wow. We have teacher and student. Teacher and student. So this is the energy that you're going to be leading with this month of April, and even moving into Taurus season. Underneath the deck is a blank card. So we have teacher and student here. This is exactly what the Hermit is. Like I said, the Hermit, he goes away to, he goes to the top of a mountain because he literally cannot get the answers in his normal environment. he cannot get the answers. Nobody on earth has the answers for him. So he goes to this really unreachable place to go find the answers, to go seek that guidance in those and clarity. And so we have here a student as well as teacher. So this is why you guys are not going to be as engaged. Like, there's going to be something in April where you're really focused on, like I said, you're just extremely focused on what you've got going on. And it's like, even though you guys are in some ways like a master at whatever it is that you're doing, with teacher, you know, it's kind of like you've mastered something or you're very skilled at something. You're still in this energy or in this phase of learning as well. So it's really interesting. A lot of you guys are just you may just be simply focused on your education right now with teacher and student. You just may be focused on your academics, you know, your academic career, something like that. That could really just have your attention in the month of April, where you just don't have time to sit around and talk about, you know, boys or dating or who slapped who at an Oscars party that you never got invited to. It's like, you're just literally like, I don't care. Like, what does that have to do with me? You know, it's kind of like this energy of like, what does that have to do with me and what I've got going on again? So let's check out your midheaven energy. So your midheaven is basically, midheaven rules the top of the chart. Okay, so this is actually a little astrology chart right here. It's like little magnets, so you can move around the planets and stuff. This is Pluto that I'm moving around. It's currently in Capricorn and has been. But anyways, yeah, so the 10th chart is the top, the very, very, very top of the chart. So this is where ascendant is this angle. It rules this angle over here. The top of the chart, the midheaven, is what we're trying to get to. Then you start to descend with the descendant sign right here. And then you get to the very bottom of the chart with the Imum-Coli, and then back up to the rising ascendant sign. Okay, so with the MC, this is this card up here. So basically we're going to be looking into, if that's the highest point of the chart, then this is the part of the chart that rules ambition. It's the part of the chart that rules the legacy, what you're working towards. So midheaven here, this is your energy all about what is your ambition or big goal, or the energy surrounding it. Basically kind of like your success story, what you're working towards, what you're motivated by. And so we have here, the card that we have is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So pile one, a big reason that you might have less time for trivial matters in April, or what you consider trivial, is because of this Two of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles upright is about juggling, managing, maintaining. It takes a rhythm to do that, right? It takes rhythm to kind of juggle all these, to juggle things. It takes some sort of like motion. So in reverse, this is about a disruption to that rhythm. It feels like a distant or a past interference. It may have thrown you off like last month, it feels like. So maybe something like threw you off your routine in March, and you're spending a lot of April getting back on track, or this is you disrupting your own schedule to create a new one. That takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of calculation, planning, multitasking. So you're working on settling in somewhere, maybe a new space. It could be another location, a new job, school, career, position, relationship, home, lifestyle, whatever this is. You may also experience like a big shakeup with your own schedule as well, pile one, where like, let's say for example, you used to work during the day, and in April you may start to work like night shifts, or you may experience a completely flip around in your sleeping schedule. Like some people, they can run off of like, you know, a couple of hours of sleep. Me, it's like, nope, not gonna work. So I have to be very, very strict about my schedule, right? And so the moment that Aries season hit, it was like I just had all this crazy burst of energy out of nowhere. So the moment that the sun stepped into Aries energy, it was wild. So it was right around the time of the spring equinox. So, you know, it was just like a lot of energy just kind of hit me. And a lot of people will notice that when we're dealing with a lot of Aries energy, Mars energy, if Mars is like crazy aspected, or, you know, first house energy, a lot of people will experience that sort of like boost of energy, almost kind of like the one that we get around the time of the actual new year on January 1st. It'll kind of of feel like that, where people are just very motivated and very like inspired and they really want to get to the bag. And so, and that's what I'm seeing with your Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the fact that it's showing up at your midheaven at the top of your chart, this is incredible. This is really great news for you, Pile 1, because this means that whatever plans you're trying to put into motion, what you're doing right now with this Two of Pentacles in reverse, this juggling, managing, we already have Virgo energy right here. This is with the Hermit card. The Hermit rules Virgo. This is 6th house energy. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles upright talks about maintenance, management. This means that you are currently building a new foundation, or you've just completed building a new foundation. So you've got a really strong ground. You've got a really strong foundation now. And now the only thing that you have to focus on is like, how high do you want to build? But the foundation is strong. So I feel like my Pile 1s have spent the last few months leading up to the spring equinox, leading up to April 1st, Aries new moon, the zodiacal new year. I feel like a lot of my Pile 1s have spent the last few months revamping or rebuilding, reconstructing a very strong foundation. The stronger the roots, the taller and bigger the tree can grow. And you guys understood the assignment. In other words, essentially you guys understood, like, I'm really trying to grow, so I need extremely strong, firm roots. And that's exactly what you guys have prepared for yourself. So this is really good news here, that there's a big shakeup in your schedule and that you're really trying to get yourself to, you know, you're really trying to align your lifestyle to your goals, is what I'm seeing with this Two of Pentacles right here. You're trying to make everything fit together, so you have a little bit easier of a time. Yeah, you may experience like a flip around essentially in your sleeping schedule, but something here I'm also feeling like was already off a little bit. So I don't know if some of you used to stay up like all night, maybe because of work or insomnia, anxiety, health, depression, it could have been even. But something about this Two of Pentacles in reverse really feels like you are reversing something that was already upside down, if that makes sense. So I feel like this is you getting back to normal, or your version of it, with this Two of Pentacles actually showing up in reverse, which is kind of funny. So let's see, let's get a couple of, okay, oracle cards for your MC energy. And so we have here, we've got surrender. And then we also even have parenting. So there's a lot of you guys just trying to figure out how to parent better. So you could have children, you're trying to figure out how to parent better. So this is interesting to me because this is kind of telling me that for very many of you, you're trying to figure out, if you have kids or not, you're trying to figure out how to parent better, how to parent your life almost essentially better. Like I was saying with this Two of Pentacles in reverse, this is all about how can I make things work for me? You know, how can I parent my goals better? And underneath the deck here we have synchronicity. Okay, so for some of you, and this is what you're trying to do. Like I said, you're trying to sync everything up. You're trying to align everything. Synchronicity was underneath the deck. But you guys, for sure, with this parenting and surrender card showing up for your Two of Pentacles in reverse, this is all about you guys. Some of you guys are new parents. Like I said, this is some sort of a new routine, a new job, a new something. You guys are really trying to correct your schedule, correct your time management, maybe your routine, because there were maybe some hiccups in there that was causing you to mismanage or not being able to manage your time and your productivity like wisely. So I'm just really seeing you guys flip everything around. For some of you, you are literal parents, but I don't know why I'm feeling like metaphorically this parenting card is really coming through metaphorically, in the sense that it's like a lot of my Pile 1s have some major responsibilities, major things to take care of. You're surrendering to these responsibilities. You're surrendering to your role as a parent. You're surrendering to your role as a leader, in a sense, somebody that has to make decisions and has to guide something or someone else. For some of you, I'm picking up this is like business, this is work, this is your career, this is your life that you are really taking the reins of, you're taking control over, and you're starting to almost like parent yourself. So some of you guys, this parenting card, it feels so metaphorical to me. Like I said, it could definitely be literal. It feels like you're literally teaching yourself new habits. I don't know, it just feels very metaphorical to me, but take it how it resonates for you. So we have parenting and surrender here. All right, let's check out your descendant energy over here. So descendant energy is all about, so if we have first house energy, which is ascendant rising energy, then directly across from it in the seventh house would be descending energy. So this is energy that is setting. It's the same exact way when the sun rises in the east and then it sets over here in the west. So this is whatever is setting in your life is what the descendant side of a chart rules. And when we're dealing with the descendant side, seventh house energy, this is Libra energy. This is all about partnerships. Okay, so when the sun is setting for us astrologically, this is something that is outside of us. It's something that we don't identify with. Let's check out this energy over here. So this is all about what you may feel like you are lacking, how you may view your partnerships, your relationships, other people this month, and how they may be viewing you. So for that energy, we have the Four of Swords in reverse for you, pile one. So yeah, with your Four of Swords, and this is in reverse. So again, you may seem distant. This is you hanging out with people, for instance, and appearing very deep in thought. Maybe, or like you are in the middle of a conversation, and even though you're responding and engaging, you're not exactly present, pile one. So your mind is on what it is on with that hermit, and others can sense that. I don't know why the saying is coming to mind, like my mind on my money and my money on my mind. I don't know why that saying is coming to mind right now. But it's just like you have something on your mind. What's on your mind is this Two of Pentacles in reverse sort of situation, or it's like, it's not even necessarily on your mind, it's just in the background. All of you is devoted to and committed to restructuring your life in the sense where you have an easier time accomplishing things. You're really trying to set up, again, a good, strong, firm, sturdy foundation. That is your main goal. And that is what you're really revolving around right now. Everything else happening in your life is sort of like an outlier. But that main goal for you, that main focus for you, especially in the month of April, is all about how do I make this journey a bit more easier on me when it comes to accomplishing certain things, and where you don't feel like you're just staying above water. That is not working for you guys anymore. Just this sense of feeling overwhelmed is not working for you anymore. Is this the stress or the pressure of it is not it. It's not it for you. My pile ones are not my hustle type of people. You guys don't like the idea of struggling. You like the idea of creating a good foundation, a good working system or routine, and then just everything sort of falling into place with that. Okay, so you like to work productively is what I'm picking up here. You don't like to be in crisis management or, just that's not your thing. Hustling ain't your thing. Struggling ain't your thing. You don't want to struggle for your accomplishments. You want them to be something that are easy to grasp, or they feel natural to grasp. It doesn't feel like you're like swimming upstream all the time. That's what I'm feeling like you guys are sick of. So with this Four of Swords in reverse here, your mind is on that. Your mind is just on like, because you're revolving around it. So your mind is just on that. And other people can sense that. So you may want to let the people in your life know that nothing is wrong, because I keep picking up someone close to you, maybe feeling like a nuisance or like bothersome, or like they can't get your attention, and it might concern them, especially if you live with like a roommate or a partner or your family and you deal with like a sleeping schedule that goes haywire in April. This is another thing that they're going to notice about you and may get a little concerned about, like them maybe like hearing you up in the middle of the night and maybe sleeping a lot of the day or not getting enough sleep. Or if you've been dealing with like insomnia in the past, and this is the people that you live with noticing that you're going to bed at normal hours and waking up early, and they may wonder like, what caused the change, right? So some of you have started a new medication, because that's what all the fours in tarot rules. It doesn't matter which suit you pull it from. It could be the Four of Swords, Cups, Pentacles, Wands. It doesn't matter. When we're dealing with the fours, we're dealing with Emperor energy. So we're dealing with structure. We're dealing with what is permanent. We're dealing with we're dealing with the foundation of something, right? There's four legs on a table, because it's all about stability, solidity. So this is about building something that's stable and solid. So for you, there was something that was stable. And when I say stable, I mean that there was some sort of routine that you were already on that you're completely like throwing some Uranus energy into. And you're completely disrupting that because you're saying that normal for me was not working. Your normal wasn't working anymore with this Four of Swords in reverse right here. And people are noticing that you are changing a lot of your normal routine in the month of April. And they're wondering why. They're wondering what's going on. They may be thinking that in order for you to make certain changes that something's wrong. They may just like calculate it or interpret it in that way. Like, oh, you're changing things because you're unhappy or because something's wrong. And for you, it's just like, it's not necessarily that I'm unhappy. I'm trying to get to a space where I feel really good and really comfortable with my everyday routine. That's something that you guys are really working towards. Some of you as well may have started like a new medication for something, or you will in April. And that may be what helps or is helping with any sort of anxiety that you may have been dealing with. But there is a big change in your personality that people don't know what to make of it. And it appears more serious possibly with this Hermit over here, or determined, or even private. You may come off more private in the month of April, just not as, not talking as much about what's going on and the changes that you're trying to make in your life. Some of you may have learned in the past to not talk about things until you actually are doing them, or until you actually change them. And so you're not in the mood to talk about what you're working on right now. You're just trying to get yourself to a space where it's like, this is just normal before you start talking about it, inviting people in and letting them know all these changes that you're making. But people are seeing these changes around you anyways, pile one. Some of you as well with this Four of Swords in reverse, maybe trying to figure out what you're going to do about a certain relationship. You may be wondering how to handle it, or you may be still sort of like digesting everything. And this makes you a little less chatty, especially with that particular person. If you're trying to figure something out in a specific relationship of yours, the more people ask questions with my pile ones, the less you let people in the month of April with this Four of Swords in reverse. And it's the same attitude with your career or goals in April too. So it's like you're still trying to figure out how to handle something. So you're not talking about it just yet is what it feels like. But someone feels like you are holding something back in April, pile one. Like, and it just may give them a little bit of, it may make them a little concerned for some reason. Okay, so let's see. Let's get a couple of relationship cards for your descendant energy relationship oracle cards just to see. Okay, so we have here intimacy. So this could be what's going on. There could be different definitions of intimacy in your close or committed relationships in the month of April. The conversation around intimacy may be different from your angle versus your partner's angle or someone else's angle in your life, because intimacy doesn't have to just be a romantic thing. Like, intimacy comes in many different forms. So it's just about how close and how strong the bond or the connection is when we're dealing with intimacy. It's how transparent, how safe you feel, right? And so in terms of intimacy here, it says the energy of intimacy supports us trusting that we are safe to allow closeness. Exactly. So this is all about somebody feeling close to you or not feeling close enough to you, or they want to feel closer to you. This could also be you wanting that with someone else in your life. I'm just feeling like this is other people wanting to be close to you, and you're just kind of like, not right now. I feel like you guys are like, not right now. So for my people in relationships, my pile ones in relationships, just make sure that you're keeping your partner in the loop, because they may feel as though you're pushing them away or not allowing them in. I just keep picking that up. And then underneath the deck for you, we have soul. So the energy of soul activates our connection to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, God, or the divine. Yeah, just like Hermit energy right there. Hermit energy is very prudent sort of energy. It's very like, it's really searching for its higher state, its higher self. And that's what you guys are doing. And I'm sensing that your higher self that you're searching for in April is your potential. Like, you can do a lot more, you can achieve a lot more, and you're ready to push yourself there. You're ready to see if you can do it. But especially for those of you that are, maybe you have a roommate, you live with your family, or you're in a relationship, somebody that is used to being more involved in the everyday steps that you're taking to get somewhere, they're not going to be as involved in April. You're not going to involve them as much as what I'm picking up for majority of you, and that's going to be something that may bother them a little bit, or make them feel like what's going on. So you just may want to be open about that, because they may feel like something's going on intimately, because they're seeing some really deep changes, like to your fundamentals, to like you as a person, to your soul, with this soul card right here. So yeah, that may be what the people in your life are wondering about. So let's check out your IC, your Imumkoli energy. So this rules the bottom of the chart, and this is all about the roots. Okay, so this is the root of everything. And so this is the area that rules our subconscious. It rules the mother, it rules family, where we come from, literal roots, right? So with the Imumkoli, this is all about emotional transparency. What are you trying to hide, maybe, or be more private about? What are you vulnerable about this month? Because again, it rules the very bottom of the chart. So this is the most difficult part of an astrological chart to read. This house is ruled by Cancer and the moon. And the moon is all about, she's very dark. She only comes out when it's completely dark, right? And sometimes she's a new moon where she's completely invisible and we can't even see her for a couple of days, a day or two. This is your emotional transparency and energy. So we have here the Ten of Wands in reverse. So pile one, this is what people are sensing, is this Ten of Wands right here. That's what's going on. Okay, so Ten of Wands talks about someone with a heavy spirit, because it's what wands and fire represent. Esoterically is our spirit, okay, aka our etheric body. This is our aura. So you are definitely processing some big changes or decisions that you are getting very serious about when it comes to these future goals. So subconsciously and emotionally, there's a lot that you are releasing or have released, because you are very aware that if I want to get to where I'm going, I have to take some of this pressure and anxiety or weight off of me. You are intuitively and instinctively aware of your own limits, pile one. You know what you can and cannot take. Like I've been saying your whole reading, you're understanding that like this normal that I used to practice is not working for me anymore. I need to reconstruct a new routine or a new something's got to give here. And we saw that with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and now we're seeing with the Ten of Wands in reverse coming out for your IC energy. And the IC directly opposes the MC. It directly opposes the top of the chart. So it's like, if you want to make it to the top of the chart, then what's going on with the system? What's going on with the root? What's going on with the IC? What's going on subconsciously that is making me develop these things consciously in my conscious awareness, in my conscious environment? So if you want to figure out why your environment or your conscious is the way that it is, we have to go to the root. We got to go to the source, figure out what's going on there. That's what you're doing. And this is a complete rewiring of your own system, your own network, your own routine, your own normal pile. And this is incredible news here. So, like I said, you are incredibly aware of your own limits. You're aware something's got to give. There's some things I sort of have to surrender or release or let go of, right? You're very aware of what you can and can't take. Just going back to that example that your sleeping schedule, right? Or maybe like your lack of rest is adding to the pressure or anxiety that you have been feeling or carrying. The fact that you feel like I cannot juggle my life. I can't manage it very well anymore. Like I feel like life is managing me. If you've been feeling like that, like you're getting managed and like you're not managing anymore, you may realize like, oh, it's coming from my lack of sleep. Like I need more sleep. Okay, in order for me to get more sleep, then that means I have to change around my whole schedule. That means that I need to get done with work at a certain time. That means I need to get dinner on the table at a certain time. That means I need to clean at a certain, whatever it may be. You're completely reworking the entire infrastructure of what you're doing. Okay, so there is some sort of construct here that's just like, again, it's just not working for you. So that's what you guys have been spending a lot of time changing, completely changing to really fit you. And that's all that you're really revolving around in the month of April, is really getting that foundation rooted and secure so you can start building upwards versus focusing on just building the foundation. It's like, now that I have a strong foundation, it's just about how high do I want to build? How high do I want to go? If a building has a really strong structure, you can create a high rise, right? But if the foundation is, or the infrastructure is compromised, you're not going to be able to stack a lot of levels and stories on top of each other, but you guys have done the groundwork. That's the most important job, and that's the job that most people, they try to rush over, or they try to just glaze over that. No one ever really feels like doing that tedious, monotonous work when it comes to building a strong foundation, because it takes a lot. You have to, like I said, you have to rework the entire system when it comes to creating a strong foundation. But it's worth it if you don't want to deal with the damn tower moment in the future. So you have definitely become aware of something heading into April, pile one, that has been adding stress to your life. And that's what you're focused on ridding yourself of in April, is any sort of way that you or your schedule may be contributing to any stress or anxiety, and just getting rid of that so you can focus on just getting to your goals. Just that's the only thing that you're really like motivated to do right now. You're motivated to not be so motivated. Some of you are contemplating retirement with this 10 of Wands in reverse right here, so you can focus on your passions and you can focus on things that you want to do and not things that you have to do. You guys, this is the thing with you, pile one. You don't want to feel like you have to do anything. You want to be a little more lax when it comes to you going after your goals and your achievements and your accomplishments. You want to feel a little more lax, like it's not taking so much out of you. So the cards that we have for you for your IC is we have faith and earthly. And what it says here in faith is, it says, why does this always happen to me? Trigger statement, true statement. I am at peace. Exactly. This is what I was just saying you guys are trying to get to, is a more peaceful place where you can just really kind of enjoy yourself and not feel so stressed. Like you guys are not doing stress anymore. And it says, know that everything will work out as it needs to, and hold a space of gratitude as you watch the miracles unfold. Then we have here trigger statement with earthly. I hate my body. True statement. My body is my temple. Remember that you are a spiritual being having an earthly experience. Revere your loyal, sacred body. Okay, so very many of you guys, this is like something that was physically weighing on you as well. It's causing maybe even a little bit of physical disruption in your life. And we did, like I said, we had the Hermit card come out. This is all about managing things, maintenance, and Virgo rules health. So this could definitely be like you guys are working on reducing the stress in your life because you're having physical reactions to the stress that is in your life. And so you guys are just trying to get it to a place where it doesn't spiral out of control, because you're just realizing something is not working for you. Like in the way where it's like, I need to change this now because this isn't for me. So yeah, for sure, this is you guys trying to get to a lot more of a peaceful space, a peaceful place. And then underneath the deck here, we have uplifting, the card of cheerful, trigger statement. I am powerless, true statement. I'm excited to see what the future brings. The future is bright. Enjoy knowing that your optimism today fuels your amazing tomorrow. This is what you need to understand as well, pile one, is that you do have a very bright future ahead. I don't look at that as blowing smoke up your ass. I look at that as just life. Like, first of all, life is life. We're never going to reach the destination. We're never going to get to a place where it's like, okay, I'm here, and life just stops happening and it's just smooth sailing from here on out. That doesn't exist. This is life, right? There's always going to be moments in there where you're hit with a challenge or you're hit with a lesson. Just like there's always going to be moments in there of a win. You know, there's going to be major accomplishments and major wins and major achievements, and everyone's on a completely different everyone's working at a different pace. Some people, while they're experiencing their wins, others are experiencing challenges and lessons or losses. And this is how this just works. It works together as a full system for a reason. But the important thing to realize is that the victory is already secured. So let's check out your earth energy, final card here. Let's see what you're working on for the month. A lot of people don't necessarily read earth energy in astrology, and in astrology, the earth is the center of the chart. We have a geocentric view in astrology because it's, we're on planet Earth. So yeah, it kind of does seem as though the cosmos are revolving around planet Earth, even though we know that that's not the case. But we have for you strength. So earth energy, again, is the middle of the chart. And I use the card that was underneath the deck for your earth energy. And earth energy is all about what are you physically manifesting, directly and indirectly. So earth energy is all about what's tangible. What are we manifesting? What are we materializing? Manifesting, even though we're always manifesting. So we have here for you strength. And the strength to me in your pile feels like training. I mean, it's just a beautiful way to wrap up your reading here. You are literally and gradually morphing yourself into someone that you idealize. And that is why teacher and student came out for you, pile one, because it's like you are you've mastered this old routine. It's not working for you anymore. You're trying to teach yourself like this new style, so you're trying to teach yourself something new to take more pressure off of you. And so, like I said, you're just gradually sort of morphing yourself into someone that you idealize. This is your dream self that you would love to be, as someone maybe more organized, or someone that's on time all the time, or someone that doesn't feel so overwhelmed. And you are serious about figuring out how to manage your stress and how to reduce the pressure that you may have been feeling. So a lot of you guys, you just want less stress, less pressure in your life. A lot of you guys are coming to realize, no matter your age, you could have just turned an adult, you could be into your senior years, you could be somewhere in between. It does not matter. My pile ones, you guys specifically have had some sort of realization that it's like, I don't want to live this maybe fast-paced lifestyle or high anxiety type of lifestyle, or really pressurized sort of you don't want to normalize always feeling on the go, or always feeling pressured to do this and to make this, to make this deadline. And there's something here where it's like, you guys, you're really releasing yourself from that. You're serious about figuring out how to manage your stress, how to reduce any sort of pressure. And this is your ability to effectively handle your own mishaps or problems, pile one. So it's like you're quelling your own problems with the strength card, because you're creating solutions and you're finding these beautiful remedies for yourself. Let's get one for career and finances for this month for you, since we've looked into damn near everything else. Okay, and we have here, look, change. Big change as well coming to finances. There's a change for the better coming your way. Embrace it. Like I said, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. The cards don't lie. And it says here, just because you don't see any movement, it doesn't mean nothing is happening. I just was saying that to you guys. And it says, sometimes to see change, you must be the change. Like I've been saying your whole reading, you're creating a new foundation. You are literally becoming the change. And this is why so much of your life is starting to change. This is good signs. When you actually want your life to change and you start seeing changes, that's an incredible sign. You literally just perform magic in your own life. Underneath the deck here, look, stability. I kept talking about what in your reading. You're building a firm foundation. We have stability right here. Your financial future promises to be stable and prosperous. Take control of your finances to create stability in your life. Excellent time to take action on any money-related ventures. And one final message for you guys for the start of the zodiacal new year. All right, pile one. It's about to call you pile four. So let's check out one final message from your spiritual team to you for this month. Look, you've got to endure. Yeah, that's what you guys are doing or have already done, is you've endured a lot of changes. Underneath the deck, because this is flipped over, we've got retreat. Some of you guys are due for you're overdue for like a vacation or a retreat, or just going somewhere and just kind of relaxing as well. But this is what you guys are trying to build. You're trying to build a life where it's like you're always feeling relaxed, like you're on vacation. All right, a message from your spiritual team for the start of the zodiacal new year and the month of April. Wow. Look at the first line. Look at what it says. Keep going. It says, keep going. Like a desert road that stretches on for miles, it may not seem like there's an ending in sight, but trust that there is. To endure is to take the next breath, to willingly turn the other cheek, to resolutely accept. It's not about giving in. It's about getting back up each time, knowing that it will happen again. Like I was saying earlier in your reading, this is not about reaching the destination. That's not real life. Like real life, there's never going to be a destination that you reach and you go, oh my God, just smooth sailing from here on out. No, that's not what we are promised as human beings. We're promised to be on this lifelong lesson or journey where things are constantly challenging us, constantly teaching us. And at the same time, we're also constantly experiencing achievements and wins. So, it balances itself. But yeah, it's exactly what I was talking about. And it says that here. It says it's not about giving in. It's about getting back up each time, knowing that it will happen again, where we got to get back up. And it says we get stronger each time we stand. We are enduring this battle, knowing that we will win the next one. Exactly like a warrior in training whose body is being put through brutal adversity so that they will be prepared. Like I said, you guys are building a strong foundation so you can start constructing upwards now. And so you're more prepared for, the next tower moment. totally. I love when cards do this. And so it says here, it's not glamorous, but there is magic in simply getting through, of moving towards the sun, but not feeling its heat yet. Our ancestors all had to journey to traverse the harsh landscapes that sprawled on endlessly, uncertain if their lifelines would be severed too soon, but still they endured. The same strength flows through your veins. Let it rise within you. And when you doubt it, think of them and keep going. So this is even your ancestors coming through and saying, good job building this beautiful, strong foundation. This is not just going to be something that you benefit from, but even, whoever your loved ones are going to be able to benefit from this as well, because you have such a solid foundation now. So this is something that even your ancestors are helping you to construct, and they're really excited and they're watching you construct this for them to come through and confirm everything with this one card right here. And the companion for this card is Ecstasy. The song is Goodbye by Apparat plus Soap and Skin, I guess. Yeah, but this is all that I'm seeing for you, pile one. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. All right, pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off with your tarot cards. So for this month's reading, we are basically looking into, I guess you could say, April energy, but I'm more so looking into the energy of the start of this astrological new year to see what your next 12 months will look like, the energy that you're moving into this new year with. So I have this set up like I did a couple of readings ago, where I am reading this energy based off of an astrological chart, where we have an AC ascendant card representing your ascendant energy. We have a card representing your midheaven MC, a card representing your DC descendant, a card representing your Emum Koli IC energy, and then a card representing your earth energy as well. And then I'm going to be pulling oracle cards for each of these angles, I guess you could say. So getting started with your ascendant energy, this is all about what you are motivated by or inspired to do when it comes to this new reality, or it comes to the next 12 months, this new zodiacal year. What would you like to see yourself accomplish? What would be the ideal year for you looking back? So April of 2023, how would you like to look back and see yourself and see the progress that you've made? So we have 2 cards that came out for you with your ascendant energy. The very first one that we have is the Knight of Swords here. And the next one that we have is the 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So pile 2. So anyways, for you, pile 2, your ascendant energy, we have the Knight of Swords and the 5 of Cups in reverse. So first house is the place of the ascendant, right? And this is your rising energy, meaning that this is how you identify and appear to other people. So you may appear wounded by something or a bit more temperamental than usual in April, pile 2. Now, I'm saying that because 5 of Cups is about loss, and Knight of Swords is a warrior that fights with words and information. So some of my pile 2s, you may have had a clique or a group of friends that you were a part of that you may have had a falling out with in the recent past. And this feels pretty fresh still, possibly. So in April and moving into this new zodiac year, you may be pretty defensive about certain topics that come up in conversation. You may feel more of a need to defend or protect yourself and defend your honor, defend your name, defend your actions, defend your decisions, defend your choices. There's something here that you're trying to defend, and it could be your own reputation, name, or integrity. You may be trying to tell your side of the story or correct any sort of misinformation that is out there about you, or whatever situation this could be, because this feels like an ongoing situation, pile 2. So like, for instance, if you had a falling out with like a group of friends or your family, then in March, or no, not in March, but if you had like some sort of a falling out, like let's just say like last month, like in the month of March, then this is like something that you spend maybe April trying to make sense of or defend yourself about. So you may spend April trying to make sense of it, and moving into this zodiacal new year, you may move into it with this defensive sort of energy or attitude or stance in a sense. So yeah, you may still be getting like text messages about whatever the situation is. It's like it's not not fully over for some of my pile twos. Another thing that I'm saying about your ascendant energy here is you stepping over your own disappointment. So even though you may be like emotionally hurt, like you are still charging through with this Knight of Swords. You're still just as sharp, and it's like even if no one has your back, you've got your own back. And this is why your Knight card, your Knight of Swords, is upright. For some of my pile twos, you may have a child or someone very important to you that you take up for in April, because it makes you remember a time where maybe no one stood up for you when you were younger, and you move in pretty swiftly so they don't experience what you experienced. So this is you really moving into this like zodiacal new year in a completely new sort of like aura, a completely new frequency download, where you're just like, I'm done being quiet. Or I'm done taking a more sort of passive stance, like you may have been a pacifist for most of your life. And it's like now you're kind of stepping into more of a, I don't want to say like an aggressive role, but you're just stepping more so into a Knight of Swords role. That's for sure, where you're just like, yeah, I'm definitely going to come to the defense of, and this is the thing. It's happened after some sort of like really unnecessarily like hurtful sort of like situation. So it's like some sort of hurtful situation that you've gone through, or you've watched one of your loved ones go through. It's really brought out your sense of like not letting anyone else walk over you, or not allowing people to do the same things to you, or, just not putting yourself in a similar predicament where you could get hurt or something like that. So it's what I'm really saying with my pile twos here is you guys really moving into April, this zodiac new year, just like on some completely different energy, where it's like, I'm going to come to my own defense. I'm going to say what I'm feeling. I'm going to say what I'm thinking. I'm going to say, so some of you used to kind of hide maybe your disappointment or your pain. You used to sort of keep it to yourself. You guys are really wearing your heart on your sleeve now, in the sense that it's like, if you're not in a good mood, you're going to be honest about it. If you're upset about something, you're going to say it. If you didn't like something, you're going to mention it. Like, you're not taking this passive role anymore, is what I'm saying for a lot of my pile twos. Now, another thing that I'm seeing for you here, pile two, is with this 5 of Cups in reverse. Someone in your life may have made a mistake one too many times for you to overlook it. Yeah, exactly. You guys are like, I'm no one's fool. I'm not going to be made a fool of anymore by this situation or this person or this whatever. You guys are no. Some of you guys may have felt or experienced like people taking your kindness for weakness. Maybe you smile or laugh all the time. Maybe you're very gentle. Maybe you're soft-spoken. Maybe you're not the typical aggressor type of person. And so people thought that maybe you were a pushover. Maybe you were somebody that could get spoken to in whatever way. And it's like you picked the wrong damn one. They brought out that Knight of Swords energy in you. I hear you. I feel you, pile two. It's like going ahead and fool yourself into thinking that I'm spiritual and you can't catch these hands. You know what I mean? So it says here, the Fool card, light attributes, fearlessly revealing emotion. Oh, I was just saying that. I just mentioned that. I was like, oh, some of you guys, you're used to hiding your emotions and you're not doing that anymore. And that's literally the first line that it says here is fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Shadow attributes is using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. Yeah, this is what you guys are. You're not denying your emotional truth anymore. You're like, this is my truth, and I'm gonna tell it, despite how it makes other people feel. So I should have checked to see what was under the deck. Oh, we had Gambler. Okay. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you, relying on luck rather than hard work. Okay, so we also have here Child Orphan that came out. So some of you may feel a little vulnerable. You may feel like nobody really has your back, and that's why you're coming to your own defense so much more now. Like you're going to be a lot more outspoken this year. You're going to be a lot more outspoken, and especially too, not even just when it like, I literally just heard someone on your spiritual team say like, correct that. So not even when it just comes to your emotional stance and how you feel. And it's like, if you've offended me, I'm going to start speaking up and saying something now, or I'm going to start speaking up and saying how I feel and what I'm thinking a lot more now. It's not even in that sense, but it's also in the sense too of you like speaking up when it comes to like your life, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to maybe even manifesting and directing your own life, and just saying like, I don't like this, or I'm not happy with that. Like you're not taking a passive stance in life, period, anymore. Not even when it comes to God, the universe, your ancestors, your spiritual team. You're like, no, if I am if I don't like something, I'm gonna say it now, like you're saying it now. And there's something extremely powerful about that. You're really like taking on this energy and this attitude and this understanding. You're becoming a lot more aware of your power, your ability to speak life or death in a situation, speak life or death into your own reality. And you guys are actually speaking things into existence now. So you're even going to start saying a lot of things before they happen. You may have noticed in the last couple of months that you've been like joking about certain things, or you just said certain things, like just saying it, and then boom, it ends up happening like verbatim. And it may have like freaked you out a little bit. So yeah, we got child orphan as well. So some of you guys are just, like I said, you're coming to your defense because you have no one else that is maybe speaking up for you, for some of my pile twos. And it's like, maybe some people saw that and was like, oh, they don't have anyone defending them, so I can say whatever I want to them, or I can pick on them, or, whatever. And it's like, nuh-uh, like, I might be one person, but bitch, I'm a whole army. Like, that's what I'm feeling like with my pile twos, for sure. And I'm fucking with it, pile two. I feel you on that. Underneath the deck here, we have Advocate. Light attribute inspires you to put compassion in action. Shadow is embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. Okay, so if there is anybody that's just been, they've been fucking up, they've been messing up, they've been screwing up over and over and over again, you're just like, you're not making a fool out of me anymore. There's just something here where it's like, maybe there's some sort of ongoing situation or relationship or issue or problem where it's like, it's just happened too many times for you to keep looking over it or to continue to excuse it. And some sort of situation or person brings this other side out of you that they're not used to, but despite how you feel or what you are carrying emotionally, you are very effective with your words and in coming to your own defense. Or someone that cannot defend themselves. And you'll also be creating some new boundaries in April, especially with any sort of person or situation when you've already told them once or twice, and you just kind of stop being gentle about this recurring problem and totally standing up for yourself in a way where it really sticks. It really sticks. So let's check out your MC, your midheaven. Again, this is the very top of the chart. And so this is all about your ambition, your big goal, the energy surrounding your big goals, your legacy. This is a very sort of visionary type of part of the chart where these are the things that we're working to bring our visions into fruition, into reality. So, this is your success story, not just for the Aries season, the month of April, but the next 12 months following up until April 2023. So let's take a look. And so we have here, look, ooh, you got the Queen of Pentacles. Now this is the card that you want to see at a midheaven. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles, you have this mothering instinct to protect someone or something. Pile two, whether you are a man or a woman, you feel highly protective over something important to you. And I feel like for you, pile two, your biggest goal this month and also over the next year is feeling safe and feeling secure. Feeling safe in your relationships, secure in your finances, secure in your life. You want to be in a position where you feel so secure, like no one can take anything from you. And I'm also hearing from some of you that you just want the truth. Like you want your friends. So I'm hearing you want the truth. Like you want your friends to be friends. You want your family to act like family. Like you want to clear up certain connections as well, because many of you are sick of looking over your shoulder, you're sick of defending yourself in a sense from people that you should be able to trust and that you shouldn't have to like watch out for. It's kind of like, do I need friends if I got to look out for them? Like, do I need certain people in my life if they are, like threatening to my livelihood or my quality of life or like my happiness and like my peace of mind, So it's like, you want to clear up some of these connections. You want to have friends, family, and an inner circle that you don't have to worry about or defend yourself from, because for some of you, it's like family isn't acting like family. Friends aren't acting like friends. Not your idea of it anyways. And it's really impacting your ability to feel secure, because your relationships or your emotional state, it plays into how successful many of my pile twos feel or how you would rate yourself. So you see security as like domestic and financial harmony as well. When one or the other is off, it affects how safe you feel, is what I'm picking up here. For some of you, this could be a situation with your family where you may feel pressured to pick a side, but you are aiming for harmony and security all around, because you realize that alone you could achieve this Queen of Pentacles standing easily, but working together could really move mountains. And we see that as well, too, with the Knight of Swords over here and the Five of Cups in reverse with your Ascendant energy over here. We also see that. We see you really working to bring clarity or some sense into a situation, maybe even to bring some like logic into an irrational situation or something like that, with the Knight of Swords rushing in and the Five of Cups in reverse besides it. So let's see what some of the goals that you guys may be knocking down this month and over the next year. We've got financial discipline as well as music. So some of you guys, you may get into creative arts, you may get into some sort of a creative industry. Some of you guys are going to need to use your own finances to get started in your own career, to get your career started in the music industry or whatever industry you're trying to get into. You may need to use some of your own money, or you may be saving up money. You may have been saving up money for a while now to get started in some sort of career or to get started in some sort of industry. And so financial discipline being here as well. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, this is definitely about being more financially conscious as well. But yeah, music could definitely be something that kind of helps bring in new financial situations for you too. And then underneath the deck here, we have forgiveness. Yeah, kind of like what I was mentioning earlier for some of my pile twos, is that you guys are maybe dealing with some sort of an ongoing situation here. But this is kind of like the main focus for some of you guys, is getting to, and I don't know why with music, it's like you guys could actually be into music, but I'm just picking up anything creative, anything that you get to create from the ground up, you get to sort of put your own vision into it and things like that. But it may also teach you guys how to be more financially disciplined too, as you're going after these goals, because it may cost money. It may cost money to travel and to get your name out there and to, get some buzz around you or your name or your product or whatever it is that you're doing. It's going to take money from somewhere, which is why people have investors, or they got savings. They have something, because it does take money to get started sometimes. So for some of you, it may take some pentacles to get to the Queen of Pentacles. Let's check out your descendant energy. And this rules what you may feel that you are lacking, how you may view your partnerships this month, and how your partners may view you this month. So 7th house. So if, first house is all about the self, 7th house is about the other. So we have for you, interesting, we've got the 3 of Cups in reverse. Normally with 7th house energy, we pair up with people that we feel aren't like us, which is why the saying exists, like my other half or my better half, because, we partner up with people that we feel like kind of complete us in a sense. You pile 2, you may feel that you lack proper support or a proper friend group moving into the zodiacal new year. Like I said, it's like you want your friends to act like friends or your colleagues to act like colleagues. But if sometimes friends look like frenemies, you don't feel safe, and therefore it affects your ability to focus on your goals. So for example, when you have discord within your closest relationships, it may affect your ability to stick to your health goals or to focus on school, because it is such a draining situation, in other words. So something that you may see in others but not in yourself in April is camaraderie. So you may look at others and think like, wow, their family gets along so great, must be nice. Or those seem like genuine friends to have. I wish I had that, So you may look at other people's ability to navigate their relationships and think that you are failing at maintaining yours, but you are not. The reason that you are losing friends, or you may experience losing friends in this year of 2022 and over the next 12 months, is because your entire social group or friend group may be redone. Okay, so if you've been looking for better friends or different types of friends, if you're realizing that you need something different from your friend group now, that may be some sort of realization that you come into as well, is that you want to be surrounded by a different type of group of people, or different types of a different friend group. And this might not even be you dropping your friends or losing any friends. This could just be you wanting to develop friendship and connections with a whole new group of people. So that could also be something that is happening for you over the next 12 months. But it's just important to remember that as these changes are happening in your social group and in your friend groups, that this is not a failure on your part. It's not even a failure on this other party's part. Even if they have hurt you, it's not necessarily that it's a failure. It's not a failure on any end. Okay, it's just an experience. So really try to remember to pull the meaning, because for you, pile 2, this is not a failure on your end. If this doesn't work, or if you feel like you need to change your friend group or expand to a new type of friend group, this is not a failure on anybody's part. So you ever heard the saying, sometimes love isn't enough? Because it is not in relationships, unfortunately. Both parties have to align and act as a team. Both parties have to choose each other. So this is going to be the focus for a lot of you over the next 12 months when it comes to your 7th house energy, your partnerships and your relationships, the committed relationships, the people that you choose to be devoted to, that you choose to be loyal to, that you choose to commit to. You're going to really be a lot more conscious about. Just like it says financial discipline, you're going to have like relationship discipline over the next 12 months, where it's just like, not everybody's allowed access to me anymore. Not everybody is anymore. You're kind of done dealing with that, the 5 of Cups in reverse sort of situations. And so we see here with the 3 of Cups in reverse, that this is about you realizing that love isn't always enough. I can love somebody so much. I can want the best for them. They can claim to want the best for me, but ultimately, if we're just not in alignment, we're not in alignment. And sometimes it is better to allow those relationships to just sort of go, versus trying to resist and hold on. Because, relationships, 1 or 2 things happen. You grow together or you grow apart, and it doesn't mean anybody failed. It doesn't have to mean that. So make sure that you're taking the meaning out of these outcomes over the next 12 months, pile 2. So you're not looking at it from this judgmental, more critical standpoint of like, I've done something wrong or I failed in some way. No, you haven't failed. There's just changes happening because they need to happen for you. Yeah, for many of you guys, like I was just saying, both parties have to align and act as a team. Both parties have to choose each other, because anything else is just simply counterproductive and it's unhelpful. So for many of my pile 2s, you feel like you are lacking actual community in your friend group, or you're lacking actual intimacy in your close relationships. Again, you want your friends to be friends, and so and you want your partners to be partners. We'll pull some oracle cards on how to best deal or cope with this. You're gonna know, because it's like you guys may have been like fantasizing about a different type of relationship, a different type of friend group, a different type of okay, so we have here duality. Duality came out for relationship oracle cards. We have 5th chakra, and then 3rd chakra also flipped over as I was shuffling. So 3rd chakra deals with the solar plexus. This is all about identity, or not identity, but more so like personality. It's your solar sun energy. So this is all about your personality. Then we have here 5th chakra, and this is, 3rd chakra says the energy of the solar plexus chakra helps us to realize who we are and who we want to be, so we can set a course toward our goals. Yeah, 5th chakra here says the energy of the throat chakra supports our ability to communicate clearly and truthfully. Like I was saying with your Knight of Swords over here, you guys ain't playing no more. You are starting to speak up a lot more, and this is a lot of the reason why your friend groups are changing so drastically, because a lot of people can't necessarily handle it when my pile 2 start opening y'all's mouth. Like when y'all start really talking and telling people how you feel and what you're feeling, a lot of people can't handle y'all, and this is why there's a lot of changes to your friend groups and the people around you, because it's like some people around you, they might not necessarily be able to handle the truth. And you don't really want to surround yourself with that anymore. You don't want to be hated or demonized for telling your truth. Again, like we were talking about over here with your ascendant energy. So yeah, This is all about communicating clearly and truthfully, and the ability to be able to do that in relationships, because not all relationships and not all people respect honesty and truthfulness and communication. They say they want it, but they damn lie because they can't handle it. Then we have here the card duality, and it says the frequency of duality supports our ability to gracefully flow with the everlasting movement among all opposites. So a lot of you are experiencing maybe some really big dualities in your relationships right now, and it's to the point that it's like I said, you're coming to that crossroads of it's like either we're going to grow together or we're going to grow apart. And so some of these dualities have really come in, and they have really shaken up your friend group. They've really shaken up a lot of your relationships, but it's a good sign. It's a really good sign, because that means that again, these changes are a good sign, because it means that what you have been actively calling in is coming in, and that's why you're starting to see physical changes around you. Let's check out your IC, and this is the very bottom of the chart. So this rules intuition, emotion, subconscious. It's ruled by the moon, Cancer, the mother, all of those things. So this is all about emotional transparency. What are you trying to hide, or maybe even be more private about? Because the 4th house, the bottom of the chart, is the most mysterious part of the chart. Not even the 12th house, the 4th house, the bottom of the chart is the most difficult part of the chart to understand, because it's basically all subconscious. It's all intuition. It's all kind of like sixth sense sort of action there. So it can be quite difficult to understand. So this can also represent the part of our lives that maybe we try to conceal, or we try to like keep it behind closed doors, basically. So what are you vulnerable about moving into this zodiacal new year and over the next 12 months? So we have here for you, we've got the Queen of Wands, and we've got the 6 of Cups upright. So yeah, so again, what I was saying, you just basically want the truth. So I guess that saying was the right way to kind of put it. You want more transparent, honest ass people around you, period, with the Queen of Wands coming out right here. You want equal give and take. The Imam Koli, again, rules the bottom of the chart, so this is our roots, or in other words, it's where our subconscious mind generates its thoughts, and it's where our emotional body produces its sensations and its own feelings. So if there is discord in any of your relationships, you may dream of it in the month of April. You may have been dreaming of it leading up to April. You may have been dreaming about things happening before they happen to your relationships. You may be dreaming of other people's truths that are around you. You may be receiving a lot of these different archetypal sort of messages about these connections around you. This for you, pile 2, a lot of your next 12 months has a lot to do with the people surrounding you, the energy that you're absorbing from the people around you. I just looked at my clock, it's 444. So that may be something that's significant for you as well. Number 4s in your life. The 4th month, what is that? April. Yeah, we're actually in April right now. So that may be something significant for you. You may have a birthday this month. I don't know, something like that. You are so intuitively aware of how someone's ego has ruined or possibly damaged their relationships with you or their relationships with other people. So you may be playing middleman in a particular disagreement in April, pile 2. If you are part of the conflict, I see you talking or attempting to talk it out with someone, or you may be more open to talking in April, and you are not afraid to admit if you were wrong. I mean, we have the Queen of Wands right here. You're not shook at the idea of dropping your ego or pride and apologizing if you feel the need to, with this Queen of Wands right here, who is well aware of her shadow. So she's telling me for you that if you played a part in any of your relationships and them changing over the next year, you're aware of how, and you're honest about that. You know, you're very honest about that. Like, you're honest about the fact that you can approach your friends or the people in your life because you love them enough and you have enough respect for them to say, I need this, or I need more, or I need that, or I need whatever. You have enough respect and love for them to keep it real with them and let them know, hey, this is where I'm at right now and this is what I'm feeling. Whether or not they like it or feel good about it, as you can see, because she has this like black cat on the throne with her. So this is you just being extremely brave and honest emotionally, being emotionally transparent about what you're going through, about what you are about what you're experiencing and what you're feeling. It's the other party that may have a difficult time doing that, or they may have a difficult time with you being so honest about how you're feeling. So, you're just very real with yourself about how you have contributed to maybe this six of cups over here. So it's just very brave, very honest, which is why you may feel very frustrated with anyone that cannot keep it real in the month of April and over the next year. And this may have a lot to do with how your social circle changes, because you need to be able to have relationships and people around you that can just keep it real with you, no matter how difficult the truth may be. And you're really not interested in being friends with anyone or being too close to anybody that is so in their ego anymore. You guys are really, really, really over that. You've gone through your own sort of ego death, and you're really evolved outside of that, like leading with the ego. You're not really doing that anymore. So you guys are also may be another reason why your social circle is changing so much. So now let's check out your earth energy here. So earth energy is the very middle of the chart, because in astrology we are working with a chart that is basically a geocentric it's a geocentric point of view, which means that since we're inhabitants of planet Earth, it seems as though the entire universe is revolving around tiny little planet Earth, which we know technically that it's not, but that's how we look at it in astrology, because we live on planet Earth. So when it comes to the Earth, it's in the very center of the chart, and this part of the chart represents all of what Earth represents, and Earth represents manifestation, physical manifestation. So this is all about what are you physically manifesting directly and indirectly, because we are always manifesting, right? And so we have here for you, we've got the Ace of Cups. Oh, I forgot to pull an oracle card for your Imumkoli energy. Hold on, you guys. Totally forgot to pull a card for you, and then we'll get to your Ace of Cups. So let's see. Let's just get a card or two for your IC energy. So we have here clarity, trigger statement, I am so confused, true statement, I am present, allow your mind to clear and let the noise of your thoughts fall away. Listen to your intuition. Yeah, you guys are so tuned into your intuition, like I said, when it comes to your relationships, moving into this new zodiac year. And then underneath the deck here we have connection, and it says, trigger statement, it is too much. True statement, I am grounded in my body. Use your empathic abilities to connect with others. So exactly what I was talking about for your IC energy. And it says, discern the information you receive and do not take on what is not your own. Yeah, like I said, you guys are really able to pick up things about your relationships and the people around you, like really tap into those subtle sort of energetic connections, which is really good. For your earth energy here, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And so this is all about what are you physically manifesting directly and indirectly. So this is total vulnerability with the Ace of Cups in reverse for you, pile 2. And this is what you're wearing, is total vulnerability. You're wearing this, or you are manifesting this, especially in April. You're going to start to see it, but this is what you're going to be wearing throughout for the next 12 months or so. So like I started your reading with the Ascendant, the Knight of Swords, 5 of Cups over here in reverse. This is experiencing loss and having strong reactions to that. You are not interested in hiding your disappointment, your frustration, those emotions that most people are too afraid to feel and then even admit to. You are wearing it on your sleeve. You're carrying it. You're carrying around this, like, and you're not carrying around any sort of pain or disappointment or whatever you may have gone through in the sense that it's like, woe is me. It's not a victim thing. It's just like you're very honest and brave with your story, with your truth. You have no qualms, like moving into this new person, this reality shift that you're making and coming into is like the ability to say, yeah, I got my feelings hurt. Yeah, I was embarrassed. Yeah, this ability to be so vulnerable and so human. And it's something that's extremely inspiring, and it looks so brave. Just the word for you is just brave, pile 2. So we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. You're not hiding it anymore. Because again, you know, the only way that we can fix certain things is by dropping our guard, right? And this is you really offering to do that, and really offering to be like somebody that is honest and transparent. And this is what you're going to start attracting. So I'm just pulling some career finance cards, not just for the month of April, but also for the 12 months following. We have here teacher, and it says you have the ability to motivate others to strive to uncover their true potential. That's what you're doing, pile 2. This is what I'm saying. Like, you being so honest is what's going to chase a lot of people away, but that's also what's going to attract more honest people to you. So you're going to be like sort of like recycling your own social circle because of who you are becoming, this person that you're shifting to, this reality that you're shifting to. And it says so it says, consider careers in teaching, coaching, mentorship, or being a motivational speaker. You've learned much about money. This is a time to put it into practice, just like it says financial discipline right here, one of the first oracle cards that we got for you. Underneath the deck, we've got luck, windfall. Expect 2022 to be literally raining money all over you, like make it rain, ice, right? So it says here, you are about to receive a windfall of money or a pay raise. Money is currently in a positive cycle. This is a great time to treat yourself or make that big purchase. That's incredible. I like that for you, Pile, too. I love that. I love seeing that for anybody. And then let me get one final card. This is just one final message from your spiritual team to you, not just for the month of April, but also for the start of the zodiac new year and the 12 months following. So let's see what we get. Okay, and we have, what does that say? Oh, we've got, okay, so it says ebb. Okay, so I'm going to read this out of the book, and underneath the deck here we have channel. Okay, and what it says about ebb is it says, when you feel that gravitational pull, that force tugging at each cell in your body, you had better listen. Sometimes we want nothing more than to stay. We may hear the song in the wind coming for us, telling us it is time to go, and we try to root deeper. Like I was saying, you guys are not really resisting this anymore. When you feel as though you need some sort of a change, especially when it comes to your social circle, you guys are not like resisting that anymore. You're just kind of allowing whoever wants to go, and whoever wants to come in to come in. And so it says here, we clench our fists, ready to fight the hurricane. We may try bargaining, hollowing ourselves out just so we don't lose what we think we have. But the ebb comes from elsewhere. It's much bigger than we are. It knocks on our door with a demand, and to not let it in only prolongs the standoff. Okay, but we will never win. An ebb is like a controlled burn, destroying all the clutter that stands in the way, making sure we don't get too far on the wrong path, creating the right environment for us to truly flourish. When we feel this ebb, we say thank you. We let it have its way. It is such a powerful display of the divine at work that we must simply stand in awe. Sometimes our life falls away in such a way that we must bend to its will. Other times we love something so much, but we know we must break our own hearts. Like I was saying with this Knight of Swords and Five of Cups in reverse over here for your Ascendant energy. And it says you don't have to know where the tide is taking you. Let yourself get taken up and spit back out months later, coughing up sand, but with a new lifeline. Companion here is Flow, and the song is Bluerid by Sabaliza. What? I don't know. So yeah, but this is all that I'm seeing. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. All right, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards here, and as you can see, I have everything situated in a different sort of style for this month's reading, because this is going to be, we're going to be looking into your energy surrounding the zodiacal new year and the reality that you are shifting to with this completely refreshed brand new sort of cycle or energy that is coming into the lives of the collective. So we're going to be looking into what reality you're shifting into, what person you're becoming or evolving into, essentially. And so that's why I have the readings today set up as basically to mimic a chart. And I've done this reading like a couple of months ago where I set up the kind of style, where I set up the spread the way a astrological chart is set up with an card representing your AC ascendant energy, your MC midheaven energy, your DC descendant energy, your IC Imumkoli energy, as well as your earth energy here in the center. So yeah, I'll be explaining what every card represents, what it stands for, if you're not astrologically sort of adept to what, these things mean. So I'll be explaining them as I go along. We're just going to be looking into that, your energy, and seeing what's happening, and then divining messages from there. So let's start off with your ascendant AC energy to see what you have. Look, you've got the Magician. Oh, okay. Magician and the Four of Cups in reverse. Ascendant is the first thing that we are noticed for, which is our appearance, right? And the things that we identify with. So identity is a lot different from personality and ego. Identity is basically like saying that you're a conservative or you're a liberal, you're a Democrat or you're a Republican. It's just the way that you simply identify, but it doesn't explain your behavior, and it does not give us any sort of insight into your personality. Just because maybe you're a Democrat doesn't mean that you're going to behave in a certain way, right? So that's what we deal with when we deal with the ascendant, and identification. That's what we're dealing with when we deal with the ascendant. And at the time of me filming this, we just entered into Aries season, which rules the first house, and it rules identity. So right now, a lot of the collective is either embracing this new identity, new things that it identifies with, or it is working on creating a list of new things that it identifies with. Pile 3, you may be attracting the attention, okay, with the Four of Cups in reverse and this Magician right here. What I'm picking up for you personally, you may be attracting the attention of some powerful people. And in the month of April, it's possible, but especially over the next 12 months leading up to April 2023. Okay, so that would be next Aries season. So for you, Pile 3, you may totally be attracting the attention of some powerful people. Others will wonder how you manage to get the attention of someone that maybe makes more money or is well known or has a high ranking position. In other words, this Four of Cups in reverse, others may wonder how you got the attention of someone that was like out of your league, for lack of a better word. And that's because of your general attitude in April and moving into this new zodiac year. And the reality that you have been shifting to, because this has been your attitude for some time, is that nothing is out of your league if you decided to be, or if you want something, then nothing is out of your league. So that's what the Magician rules, Pile 3. And he rules desire, wanting or needing something. If you know anything about the history of the Magician card, this is something that we talked about extensively over on Patreon, that he's basically a magician because he pulls a cat out of the damn hat, and he changes around his circumstances by using his current resources. But you have been used to doing things like that. You've been used to making lemonade out of lemons, making such an impression as well that people wonder how. You do so without all the bells and whistles that it takes others. So it's like maybe others, they have to like dress nicer or, talk in a different way. For other people, it's like they can't be themselves to pull in this type of attention. For you, all you got to do is just be you, and you're going to be able to pull in this type of attention. And that's what's going to make people wonder, well, how the hell did he or she do that? Like you don't need to be in the same tax bracket to get respect from people with money, or in order for them to see your value, right? It's like you stand out to people that are high ranking because of your own self-respect is what I'm picking up here. Also because too, your attitude or your aura in April and moving into the new zodiac year is self-regulated, meaning that you can program your aura on a dime if you want or need to. So if you want to become, more confident, you can. You got these little tricks and things that you do as the Magician. The Magician card rules. He rules illusion. He rules these tricks that he does to convince people that what they are seeing is reality. And in a sense, it kind of is. It's like if your eyes see it, then you can believe it. So that's what the Magician kind of rules. He knows how, he almost has this Neptune effect. He's ruled by Mercury, the Magician, but he almost has this Neptune effect. And if you really understand Mercury, that's what he rules. He rules the mind. You know how to, I don't want to say play mind games, but for lack of a better word, you know how to convince people of things. And it's not even that you're trying. It's not even that you're being manipulative. It's not even that you're being like what is that called? A snake oil salesman, a snake sales, I don't know, whatever it is. You're not being one of those people. It's just that you know how to give off a certain presence. You understand the power in your presence, and you know how to dial your presence specifically. So if you want to attract a certain person, or if you want to attract anything, you know how to do it. If you want somebody to see you in a certain light, you know how to make them see you in that way. This is a very beautiful gift that you're moving into this new zodiacal year with. This may have been something that you have been learning. You may have gotten very, very close. Some of my pile threes have gotten extremely close to feminine energies in the last year. Whether you are a man or a woman, it does not matter. A lot of you have gotten very, very good at exercising and using your feminine energy to seduce certain things to you. And what I mean by seduce is just simply seduction. You know how to pull something into your own gravitational pull, or your own presence, or your own life and your own reality. And this is what you are reality shifting to. So the fact that this is like a reality shifting reading, and the Magician card is right here, this means pile 3, you got the sauce. Okay, so yeah, this is just you being able to be you, and there's something about you that draws people in, it pulls people in over the next 12 months. And you're going to be wielding this power like it is nothing. You're going to be so good at it, and you're going to know you're good at it. Also, too, because your attitude or your aura is, like I said, it's kind of self-regulated in the month of April and moving into this new zodiacal year. It's like people can sense this power within you, and you are aware of that, making it very easy for you to obtain what you want over the next year. It's going to be extremely, extremely, extremely easy to obtain what you want. So let's see. Let's get an archetype card for your rising energy. Look at that. We've got visionary. Yeah. And it says light attributes: capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Like I said, the magician, he pulls in certain things that he does not have with the resources that he does have. So he literally makes magic happen. Kind of like what it says right here, the capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. So it's like he was able to see, like, okay, you know, I can actually pull this off. I can actually make this happen. I can actually pull this in. Where other people would have seen like just a challenge or a dead end, but he saw an opportunity. And that's what makes him the magician. And that's the energy that you're going to be having over the next year. Shadow attributes here says selling insights. These shadow attributes to me are always so funny. But it says here, selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Yeah, don't worry about being digestible, but I don't have to remind you to do that, pile 3. You're very aware of, like, you don't care about being digestible. Underneath the deck here, we have exorcist, light attribute, freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. So, yeah, with exorcist here too, I feel like this is you extracting the truth from, the ability to also extract the truth from people. Because what is an exorcist? When we look at it, an exorcist is somebody, whether or not you believe that people can get possessed by demons or whatever, exorcists are people that, you know, they specialize in extracting spiritual entities, negative entities, demonic forces from people's energy or from people's aura, right? So when it comes to an exorcist, what I'm actually seeing here is your ability to extract people's truth. Your ability over the next 12 months. I don't know if you guys have been asking or praying for discernment, working on discernment, working on hearing your intuitive voice better, working on clearing up your intuitive language and your intuitive communication. But basically, I'm really seeing my pile 3s. You guys are exceptionally good at being able to pinpoint somebody's motive, being able to pinpoint who somebody actually is. You're able to see their motive, what they want. You're able to discern, why are you here? What do you want? How can I help you? You know, what are you here for? You're definitely not getting fooled by other people at all. If this is something that you went through in the past, this is not something that's going to be happening. Especially over the next 12 months, you've gotten extremely good at being able to read people, at being able to figure people out, as well as too with this visionary here. That may be why you're very good at extracting the truth from people, or knowing the truth, getting the truth out of people, getting people to almost tell on themselves, getting people to spill their secrets, spill their guts to you, because you are a visionary. You have a vision. You know where you're going. You know what you want. You know how to make certain things happen, and because of that, people may feel like they can either trust you, or people may feel like they can't get over on you, so they might as well keep it real, is what I'm actually picking up. So you're just going to come off as this very formidable opponent, no matter who it is that you're going up against or who you're dealing with, no matter if they have more money, more notoriety, more fame, more power, more whatever it is. It's like you make them feel like they're not a match for you. And so that may be why you're able to more easily pull the truth out of people, just because of them being able to sense like your presence and your power and stuff. Let's check out your midheaven MC energy. And so we have got the 8 of Pentacles. So midheaven, again, it rules the top of the chart. And this is all about what is your ambition? You know, what are you working towards achieving or accomplishing? What is going to make up your legacy? You know, there's certain stories and achievements and accomplishments that will make up your legacy, and that will be what you leave behind. That's what the 10th house rules. So this is all about big goals that you have, and the energy surrounding these big goals that you have. So again, this is your success story. Not just for April, but also for the 12 months following. So we have the 8 of Pentacles here. It's funny because midheaven, again, it represents the thing that we are known for the most in life. And this rules our reputation, notoriety. It's all about legacy, ambition. And it's funny because I'm picking up private energy here that only people who have done the same thing can sense. So for instance, pile 3, this is you working hard behind the scenes to maybe create the attention, the buzz, or the influence that you have in April. But what you look like to everyone else is a magician. Okay, so it's like in April and moving into the start of this new zodiac year, the reality that you're basically shifting into is like, real is going to be able to recognize real, okay? If you know, you know. What I'm talking about with that is the only people that are going to be able to see your magic or success for what it is are other successful people that knows how much work it takes to do what you do, okay? This is going to bring in and create an obscene amount of respect for you. Respect from very respectable people as well. This is why you may not only catch the attention of someone prestigious, but they're also going to respect you. Okay, so they won't treat you like a fan. They won't treat you like someone that just wants something from them. They won't treat you like someone that is beneath them, but they'll look at you as an equal, no matter how you compare to them. And their success with this 4 of Cups in reverse over here. So some of my pile 3s, okay, 4 of Cups is all about comparison. No matter how you compare, no matter how you stack up, there's going to be something in you that people sense is like, no, that's my damn equal right there. And they're going to treat you as such moving forward, moving into this new zodiacal year and the 12 months following. It's the reality that you're shifting to, the person that you're shifting to, or the person that you're becoming or have become. Okay, so again, they're going to be treating you as an equal. Some of my pile 3s will also be taking on extra work in April and for this month and moving into this new zodiacal year, because you've got some really big lofty goals that you'll be multitasking a little bit this month, but it's all like effort. Okay, it's all effort towards the same goal, but it's like you have your hands over here and your hands over there. So you may take on some other work or passion projects in April, or this is you trying to merge a lot of your passions into one project possibly, which takes a lot of precision, a lot of time, a lot of strategy. And this is why people will see whatever work you do in April and will likely be very impressed by it. And not even just in April, but in the 12 months following, they're going to see the work that you do and they're going to be very impressed by it, because your work will undoubtedly speak for itself with this 8 of Pentacles right here. Let me see, let me grab, where are they at? 18 may be a significant number to you as well. I'm going to check these cards out, okay? There's a couple of, there's only 2 of them that flipped over. Okay, so we have karmic completion and change. And then we also have individuality, okay? So we have, karmic completion, change, individuality. Underneath the deck, we have here synchronicity. Okay, So pile 3, this is interesting because I feel like these 3 cards are kind of explaining your progress, especially over the last like year and a half. I feel like, I don't know why a year and a half feels very significant for you. You may have had the last year and a half, we had North Node and Gemini, South Node and Sag. So you may have had some really strong Gemini, Sagittarius placements that you've undergone a great change in your own vibrational frequency over the last 18 months. While North Node was in Gemini and South Node was in Sagittarius, now the North Node is in Taurus and the South Node is in Scorpio, bringing massive changes to the entire collective. But I feel like for a lot of you, something about that last cycle, that last nodal cycle, completed a lot of karma for you. There's a lot of karmic completion. A lot of you may have had a difficult relationship to yourself or a difficult self-image. But there's something about it where over time you've really been able to cultivate a much better image of yourself or a much better idea of yourself or a much better relationship to yourself. And so I'm seeing that change a lot when it comes to you individually as a person. You are really stepping into you as this fully evolved like creature that is totally at peace with who you are. So it's like whatever you've gone through, especially in the last year and a half, it's brought you more peace to who you are. It's brought more peace to yourself and to your life. You guys have been working on this. You've been working on this nonstop with this 8 of Pentacles right here showing up as your midheaven. I feel like a lot of you guys knew that in order for you to pull off some of your greatest accomplishments and goals, you had to do maybe like a lot of inner work, is what I'm picking up with this 8 of Pentacles right here. It's actually a lot of inner work that you were constantly doing. This is you just trying to have more confidence in yourself. Something maybe even with your solar plexus here, just really knowing who you are and really feeling confident and assured in that. Let's check out your descendant energy over here. Your descendant energy, yes. I don't know why I thought I was saying desynergy. Okay. I need to sleep. So with your descendant energy, this is all about what you may feel that you're lacking, because if the ascendant energy represents the self, then descendant energy is going to represent the other. So this is going to represent your relationships. It rules the 7th house, and this is a house of partnerships, commitments, so on and so forth. This area is ruled by Libra, the descendant energy. But again, ascendant is all about what's rising. Descendant is all about what's falling. And in astrology, when we're dealing with something that is rising, we're dealing with something that we are consciously aware of. Whereas when we're dealing with something that is descending, we're dealing with losing consciousness of that area, losing awareness of that area. And so this is going to represent the other. It's going to represent other people. It could also represent qualities and characteristics and traits that we feel that we don't possess. So this is why, we get into partnerships with people that we feel complete us when we're dealing with the 7th house, because this is all about where we feel we are lacking in certain areas. Okay, so that's what the descendant rules, what you may feel that you are lacking moving into this zodiacal new year and over the next 12 months. The reality that you're shifting to when it comes to your descendant energy, we have here the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, this is quite interesting. See, pile 3, everyone is looking at you like you're the shit. You see her? Look at her. She's living life. You see this? Everyone's going to be looking at you like you are self-made. Reason for this is because if the first house ascendant energy rules the self, again, then descendant energy rules the other. The descendant energy, the descendant angle is also the angle that deals with union, partnerships, and committed connections. So the funny thing is, pile 3, I would normally think that this is how you are viewing the special people in your life as self-made and successful, and that could still be true. But because of this 4 of Cups, the card of comparison showing up in reverse as your ascendant energy. This means for me, your 9 of Pentacles is how your closest connections will view you moving into the zodiacal new year and over the next 12 months. This new reality that you shift to, this is going to be how people view you in this new reality that you shift to. The relationships that you were closest to will be so proud of you. At the very least, they're going to look at you and see the epitome of class, luxury. So some of you may have even changed or manifested like even like a new wardrobe, especially with this Magician card over here, serving as your ascendant, directly opposing your descendant energy. You guys may have even manifested a new wardrobe, or you may be completely dressing differently, appearing differently, because Magician brings in change, right? He brings in change. He is this bridge to connect us to change, to something different. So that's why, as you can see, he's got his one hand up and the other hand down. This is all about as above, so below. So that he's like the unifier. He's the bridge between two realities that have not merged together yet, and he's the vessel that brings them together. He's the bridge that brings these things together. So there's something here where I feel like you guys are, over the next 12 months, you're going to be coming into union with the person that you have always wanted to be. You're going to be coming into union with someone that you look in the mirror and it's like you finally recognize yourself, you know? Like, that's what I'm feeling like with this Magician card. I don't know if you guys are going through some sort of like changes, like identity wise or something like that, but just as far as I can see, just even with your clothes, your appearance, you guys changing that. This could be like you changing your hair, changing your skincare routine. There's something about your appearance that physically changes, and you look like you have a lot of class and a lot of luxury and a lot of money, because that's what the Nine of Pentacles represents. She represents a woman with class and a shit ton of money that she has made on her own. And because she's starting to make more money, she's starting to take better care of herself. She's starting to dress like somebody with money, somebody with more than what she used to have. People are starting to be able to see her life physically changing around her as she's making all these changes, and as she's making more money, as she's becoming more self-sustainable. Her surroundings are changing as well. So this is also you guys over the next 12 months living a more luxurious lifestyle, being able to spend more money on luxuries, on pleasantries, on things that you want to spend money on, and not necessarily things that you have or need to spend money on. But this is about buying things that you want, buying things that just make you feel good, that just make you feel a little more upper class, because that's just what this card represents. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. You may be one of those people that's just like, you know, I like dressing nice. I like spending a lot of money on shoes or clothes or hair or makeup or skincare or watches or cars or whatever it is, or your home. Like, you may love making your home look really beautiful. You may like really nice, like luxurious furniture and things like that, or like gadgets, or whatever this is starting to show in your life. So over the next 12 months, it's not just going to be about what's in your savings account, but it's also going to be showing up like this next level of class, this next level of wealth for you is going to be showing up in your physical surroundings and in your physical environment, where everything is going to go up in quality for you. Your quality of life just skyrocketing over the next year for sure. I'm also kind of picking up that you guys may be attracting, you could attract, if you're single, my single pile threes, you could attract somebody with money as well, because she's single. So this means that she's available. Okay. So some of you may also be attracting other single people like you, other like-minded people like you, other people that are in the same sort of like financial standing as you, same sort of situation. This could even be like just little niches, like maybe like, let's just say for instance that you are you're like a 40-year-old bachelor. You may find other 40-year-old bachelors to hang out and spend time with, something like that. You know, this is kind of like finding your own little tribe in a sense as well. And so, yeah, you guys may totally be manifesting a new word. Something about your wardrobe, this Magician and this Nine of Pentacles, they're very they show how abundant they are with the things that they have. It's about the things that they have. And so I'm just seeing that you guys are showing like this level of abundance and like the things that you have, you know, just a lot of that changing. Your entire closet wardrobe may be different within the next few months. You may get into jewelry, you know, buying jewelry, investing money in jewelry. And this is you investing money in some place that you don't have to invest money in. And this is how other people will be seeing you. This is totally how other people are going to be seeing you. Not just in April, but over the next 12 months, people are going to be seeing you like, damn, you must have money to be able to invest money in this or to spend money in that, you know, because you don't have to spend money there. So it's just like, this is just going to be you being able to kind of show off a little bit. You're really just enjoying the fruits of your labor, especially because, oh, I didn't even notice that we have the Eight of Pentacles up here in your midheaven. Yeah, and so then we have the Nine of Pentacles right here. So this is all about like you being able to show off, you being able to invest your money where you want to, or being able to spend on what you want to. This is you being able to spend money where you maybe used to not spend money before because you had to take care of the essentials, you had to take care of like financial responsibilities. This is you being relieved of those financial responsibilities because you've worked your ass off for it, and now you're able to have fun with your money as well. You know the saying like work hard, play hard? This is like, yeah, work hard, spend hard too. So this is you guys being able to match what you spend, being able to match your quality of life with the amount of work that you put in, which is a really, really incredible thing. So yeah, we have the Knight of Pentacles here for you. And this is like, you know what, take it pile 3, show off. It's a short life, you know, like do your thing. But you know what it is as well? It's like, even if it's not a wardrobe change, you guys just look wealthy, if that makes sense. Like, you know how like wealthy people have a different look to them? You know what I mean? Like they look like they have less worries maybe financially. You know, they don't have the same looks on them that people who are struggling financially do. You know, you can see that stress on them because it's like survival that they're in every single day, just trying to survive. But you know how people that are wealthy, they almost like laugh different. They almost look different. They act different. It's just a different thing. That's what you are going to be on pile 3. That's how you're definitely going to come off to the people around you over the next 12 months, the reality that you are shifting to. So someone that not only looks and acts classy or wealthy, but actually is. So this card is also saying someone around my pile 3s have been there since the beginning too, and they have seen you grind with this Eight of Pentacles up here to get where you are today. So you may have a birthday as well in April, because this looks like admiration to me. It looks like people celebrating your success in April. I'm not sure how the success will manifest for you personally, because everyone's story is completely different. This could be you receiving an award or something in the month of April, or over the next 12 months. But in April, there could be something that you guys get celebrated for. You receive some sort of a award or something like that. It just looks like people celebrating your success. And yeah, and everyone's story is going to be different. So yeah, let's pull some oracle cards here to see. Let's get a couple of oracle relationship cards for your decent energy. We have over here honesty, and it says the energy of honesty supports our choice to be courageously truthful and genuine with kindness and tact. Yeah, there's just all around your quality of human is really good. Then we also have here time. The energy of time supports our understanding of the relativity of time and our capacity to be present in the moment. This is just you being like, I feel like this is also you being like honest. Like, so even if you do start making a lot more money over the next 12 months, it's not going to change who you are as a person. You know, people are still going to be able to see you in there. Exactly. See? Integrity. And it says here, the energy of integrity supports our choice to be consistently, that's the word right there for you. You're still going to be consistent, even if you're making more money, dressing different wardrobe, living in a different place, living in a nicer neighborhood. You're still going to be you. People are still going to be able to see you and recognize you in that nice house or behind those nice clothes. It's still going to be you, but there's a lot of your environment that's going to change. But yeah, it says the energy of integrity supports our choice to be consistently truthful and honest while being guided by high moral standards. Exactly. Yeah. Pile 3. This is as well as 2 with time coming out for your relationship, your descendant energy relationship card over here. For some of you, it's a lot of people are going to be looking at you that are in your life. And like I said earlier, there may be people around you that have watched you work your ass off. They've watched you work to get to where you are going or to get to where you're at today. And so this is going to be people in your life looking at your success and saying like, it's about time. Like, you've been working so hard. You got some people rooting for you. And if it's not like physical people in your life, then it's your spiritual team, it's your angels, it's somebody really rooting for you and being like, it's about time. But honestly, the time card coming out for you is letting me know that over the next 12 months, it's really your time to just shine and come into this space where if you haven't been, where you're going to be a self-sustainable person, you're going to be a self-made person, somebody that makes their own money. You create things, or you have things that other people they can't take from you because you've worked for that. And underneath the deck here, we have strength. When it comes to relationships, the frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all of our qualities and skills toward a strong and balanced way of being. Now let's check out your Emunkoli IC energy down here. This is the bottom of the chart. This is all about emotional transparency. What are you trying to hide, or maybe be more private about, because it rules the subconscious. This is the most mysterious part of the chart, because it's the very bottom of the chart. So it represents the roots down here. This is where everything comes from, right? And so everything sprouts or grows from there. So this is a very extremely mysterious part of the chart, trying to work your way back to the root. This area of the chart is ruled by Cancer and the moon, okay? And so we have for you here, we've got the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, I'm not sure if you have this, what's the saying, like maybe like a chip on your shoulder or something like that. I'm not sure if you've had something like that in the past. It's kind of like motivated or fueled you into this Eight of Pentacles type person, because the IC directly opposes the MC naturally, obviously. So I don't know if someone's ever told you wouldn't amount to anything, you can't do this, you'll never be successful. There's an inner voice here that I'm picking up looking at your Knight of Swords, and it turns into this sort of dialogue where everything that you were told you couldn't do, you harbored that and you took it as a challenge at some point. Even if it hurt your feelings or impacted your self-esteem or your confidence in the past, you have this incredibly rebellious nature that rejects victimhood. That's a beautiful thing to have in today's time when so many people love victimizing themselves. I will never get it. It's almost like a fucking fetish. It's weird. But it's like people love to kind of sit in the whole energy of this happened to me, and it's like, get in line. Everybody has something that they're working through or trying to cope with or trying to deal with or trying to survive. Everybody does. And like my grandma used to say, if you haven't experienced it yet, just keep living. You'll get it eventually. But with your energy down here, you're very like, you reject the victimhood. You reject it. You refuse it. This Knight of Swords is saying, watch me. This Knight of Swords puts in the damn work with this Eight of Pentacles. This Knight of Swords is really devoted to completely healing and doing something that the doctor or anybody else, whether this is a professional, an associate, a friend, a family member, a loved one, a romantic partner, somebody from the past, a bully, an internet troll, whoever the hell this is, this Knight of Swords has devoted themselves to proving everyone wrong. Four of Cups in reverse. And guess what? Magician card right here. You do just that. Your ability to put mind over matter is powerful, not just in April, over the next 12 months. This is something that you guys have spent a lot of time learning and researching. Eight of Pentacles. You've been learning and researching. How do I change my life? How do I make this happen? I don't come from much of anything. So how do I manifest everything if I come from nothing? Some of you come from little to nothing, and you're creating everything. You're bringing in everything. How the hell do you connect that bridge? You know what I mean? You guys are pulling that off over the next year, and it's something that's like going to be really cool to watch. But this is something that you're doing, and you might not even really understand or know how you're doing it. A lot of it just has to do with destiny and time. Like, this is your year. This is your time. Okay, some of you may have your North Node in Taurus or in Scorpio, because that's where they currently are right now. And anytime North and South Node returns to where it was in the chart when you were first born, it's big, massive changes and awakenings as well. But yeah, for sure, this is just you guys devoting yourself to completely proving everybody wrong. And your ability to put your mind over matter is what's going to carry you. It's what's going to make everybody go like, what do you know that I don't know? What have you sort of like broken into? How have you figured this out? Like, people are going to want the sauce. I feel like you have really strong Aquarius or Uranus, or maybe even like 11th house energy in your chart. Maybe a big transit is happening in your 11th house right now. North or South Node could also be in your 11th, but it doesn't matter. Like, your mind is made up. You're making certain things happen. You're just making certain things happen. There's no other way to look at it. Let's get a couple oracle cards for your IC energy here. And so we have here expansion, the card Bergamot, trigger statement, I am not enough, true statement, I love myself. And it says your tender heart is in need of care. Know that your body is here to help you experience a miraculous life. Embrace it. What have I been saying? You guys, like, your quality of life is skyrocketing. Really what you guys are moving into, a lot of expansion. And then what's underneath the deck? Let's see. We've got here flow. Why are things such a struggle? Trigger statement, true statement, I am in the flow. And it says, take a breath, dear one, and allow yourself to feel the flow of life through you. Release your need to do and just be. You get one more. Did this card really like just flip over completely? I'm just going to read it for you guys because I think that card literally just did like a whole flip over. Anyways, purification came out. Trigger statement, their opinion matters to me. True statement, I see things in a new way. The card of cleansing. As you release external influences and energy, you will become clear with regard to what is needed. And this kind of like that Knight of Swords down here. Knight of Swords, he rushes in with a vengeance and with a sword in hand, ready to cut away anything that is in its way, you know? So you guys are also bringing in a lot more, there's a lot of cleansing that's happening in your life as well, probably even, maybe even like removing certain energies from around you. Then we have here purpose, the card Melissa, trigger statement, what is the point of it all? True statement, I am special. You have a unique place in this world with gifts and talents that only you can provide. I'm glad I flipped, ooh, damn it, loud ringing in my right ear. That's been hitting me like crazy the last few days. I don't know about you guys, but my like ears have been ringing like mad. It's been crazy. Okay, true statement, I'm special. You have a unique place in this world with gifts and talents that only you can provide. Use your connection with the divine to share them. Yeah, like we were talking about with your magician card over here. Everyone's going to be figuring out how the fuck are you doing that? What are you doing? What do you know? People are going to look at you weird over the next 12 months. They're going to be a little in awe of you, like fascinated by you, but also like a little scared of you. Like, what are you doing? Like, you sell your soul or do something crazy? And it's like, no, I've been here working. I've been here putting in the damn work. Yo, oh my God, my ear ringing again in your, it's wild. It's almost like a pulsing. That's crazy. But for you, it's like, no, I've been here doing the work that none of y'all want to do. You may have been attracted to another pile in this reading. I'm not going to say which one, but I talked about having a really strong foundation. So if you listen to that reading, then that's definitely kind of coming through here. I almost feel like that pile is like I feel like that pile is kind of like maybe the start of the astrological new year, and this pile might be like a little deeper into the year for you. But yeah, use your connection with the divine to share these unique gifts and talents that you have, which you will be doing over the next year. And that's why you guys' quality of life is really changing as well, because you guys are really going to be expanding into some sort of niche or a unique place where it's like only you would be good at what you are doing. You know, only you can do you, and you really cultivate that. And then underneath the deck, we have cleansing again and detoxification. Trigger statement, I will never change. True statement, in each moment, I'm a new me. You are supported as you release habits and limiting patterns that are not serving your highest good. Yeah. And then let's see here. Finally, let's check out your earth energy. And so the card that we have for you is the Hangman. So earth energy is in the very middle of the chart. And this is all about what are you physically manifesting directly as well as indirectly, because that's what the earth represents in astrology. It represents what is physically or what is tangible. So this is total enlightenment, pile 3. It's funny because I don't think many of my pile 1s suffer from a loud inner voice of doubt. I don't feel like you do. If you did before, I don't feel like you do anymore. I don't think you have a strong ego that's really aware of how incredible of a damn magician you are. I really don't think you understand your power or like know your power. It's weird. It's it's not that you don't know your power. You do know it and you're going to be wielding it, but it's like you're not. Okay, so it's like you don't underestimate yourself, but you also don't blow smoke up your own ass either. Like you are humble without being meek or passive. So for you, it's almost like a mind game and you're a little aware of it. So when I'm seeing manifest for you, the reality shift that you are making that is coming into your physical awareness and your physical reality is you proving to everyone and even yourself that you can do whatever you put your mind to, okay? This is you having that realization, especially when things start coming in and they start manifesting and you're like, oh shit, I actually did it. You know, so it's not that you necessarily doubted yourself. It's just, I don't even know how to put this into words. You don't doubt yourself. You're just you're just kind of like, wow, okay, cool. Like it happened, you know? This is sort of like, it could sort of be like a challenge that you've never faced before, or it's a goal that you've never reached before. So your mind has no frame of reference when it comes to this, but you rely on your tried and true methods. If I want something, as long as I'm willing to put in the work, stay focused, motivated, and shut everyone else out, I can do it. And the funny thing is, it's like you still surprise yourself. It's like you still surprise yourself a little bit once you do it, but you always knew you could. So this opens up a whole new world for you because it's like you leveled up and are experiencing that for the first time. So many of you have first time experience sort of happening in the month of April. But especially over the next 12 months, a lot of sort of like first time experiences, good experiences with the Knight of Pentacles and the Magician over here. These are experiences that you've been calling out for or have been calling in to your own reality. So let's see. Let's get, let me pull some finance cards for you real quick. Just check out the energy surrounding your finances, not just for April, but for the next 12 months. We got real estate. So some of you guys may be purchasing a home or some properties. We have manifesting, just like the Magician right here. Let's turn up the other ones. We've got luck. I told you guys, man. And we got retail. Pile 3, I told you. And then underneath the deck here, we have voice. Yeah, some of you guys definitely picked that other pile. You'll know which pile I'm talking about if you picked it. I'm not going to say which one, but you'll know which one I'm talking about if you picked it. So here, let's read real estate. So it says here, build a solid foundation prior to building several stories. You're going to know just based off of that first line, if you picked that other pile, what I'm talking about. And if you did pick that other pile, yeah, this is totally in sync. It says build a solid foundation. Like I was telling you guys in that other pile, I kept talking about you have a strong foundation now. Now it's just about how high do you want to build? Literally, this is the first sentence. Build a solid foundation prior to building several stories above it. Consider a career in real estate, interior design, architecture, or any home business. It's time to get back to the basics to strengthen your finances. Then it says, hold on. Luck, and it says your luck is about to change for the better. You could get a lucky break, some financial breakthrough. Anything you do now will be very prosperous for you. Beautiful. Then we have here retail. If you have an idea in mind, this is giving you the green light that there is a need for it. Consider careers in retail or e-commerce, whether it's goods or services. My right ear keeps ringing in your pile 3. This is wild. It says save time, energy, and add passive income by taking your business online. Yeah, y'all may have definitely picked that other pile. It says here, manifesting. You have all the tools that you need to increase your income. Good fortune is coming soon. An opportunity may come to you where you can showcase your talent, period. 8 of Pentacles, you've been waiting for this moment. It's the time, like I was talking about this other oracle card over here. And then underneath the deck here, we have voice. Get your message heard and get noticed. You have much to share with the world. Consider careers in radio, public relations, or anything in communications. The only thing holding you back is your inability to speak your truth. Beautiful. All right, so sorry, pile 3. I had a phone call come in. But let's get a message from your spiritual team, not just for the month of April, but for the moving into the zodiacal new year and the 12 months following up until April or next Aries season 2023. So what does your spiritual team want to say to pile 3? Okay. So the card that we have here is thread. I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but we've got thread, and underneath the deck we have vision. Like we have visionary over here for you. So thread, what it says for you, pile 3. To bind, to weave, to hold. Let the layers of your life spill out. Lay them out on the table. Sit with the gifts that they bring you, the moments that have transformed you, the power that you were born with, the pains that you have endured. It is time to weave them together in a new way. It's interesting because with your 8 of Pentacles, I was talking about how you guys may be trying to sort of like almost like consolidate or like bring together maybe a whole bunch of different projects into one project. And so it's funny that it says thread, to bind, to weave, to hold, and that it's time to weave all these different experiences together in a new way. And it says our lives are never-ending patchwork quilts that we get to tend to. Thread is letting you know that you already have enough fabric to keep yourself warm. We may struggle to make sense of the pieces of ourselves. We question whether they can truly get us to where we want to go. Our stories often don't look right on paper. We can feel like we are applying to a job that we are not qualified for, like the interviewer looking over our resume asking, how does being a stay-at-home mother prepare you for management? Do not chop your life up to make it palatable. Do not disrespect your experiences by haphazardly forcing them into a box that they do not belong in. Let your life be wild roots sprawling across the forest floor. An ignorant person may walk through the woods and be naive enough to think that the plants exist separately from one another, but we know that they are communicating with each other all the time. Your experiences and your strengths, no matter how different from one another, are brought together in each new moment, each being a piece connected in your epic tale. Keep stitching them all together. Wrap yourself up in the story of your life, knowing it is always enough. Companion for this card is Needle, and the song is Tangerine by Led Zeppelin. And pile 3, this is all that I am seeing for you guys. Beautiful start to the zodiacal new year. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys, and happy reality shifting. All right, pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off with your tarot cards just to get a good feel for the energy shifts that you are going to be making in April, as well as over the next year, all the way up until next Aries season 2023, since this is the start of the new zodiac year. So that's what we're looking into today, exactly how your energy will be shifting. We'll be looking into how your physical reality will be shifting in a separate reading. And so I have your reading set up to mimic sort of like an astrological chart. So we have a card here representing your AC ascendant energy, your MC midheaven energy, your DC descendant energy, your IC Mumkoli energy, as well as your earth energy. And I will explain what each one of those represent and symbolize or stand for as we move through your reading. So yeah, let's just get started with your AC. So for you, pile 4, your ascendant energy, we have the Hermit. Okay, so the ascendant just looks crooked to me. One second, you guys. So the ascendant is all about identification. It's how we appear or come off. So this is the energy of first impressions, how this translates to your, zodiacal new year, and the reality that you are shifting to, though, is with your attitude. So you're taking on qualities of the Hermit when it comes to maturity. So there's an area in your life where maybe in the past, maybe you've been sheltered, like too sheltered or taken care of or too comfortable or just never had to worry about something in particular. And this is where you are gaining that independence over the next year, starting with this April. So let's say that you've always had a roommate, for instance, right? The reality shift that you are making, or the energetic shift that you're making, will see you living alone or more comfortable with living alone, or as an independent homeowner, for instance, So this Hermit feels like you stepping out on your own. in some way, where you usually have someone along with you. So some of this is like a major move by yourself where you don't know anyone. This could be a move where you don't necessarily like settle down anywhere, but you keep traveling or like moving around until you find your place. This Hermit also feels like some of my pile fours, maybe like taking the year off or taking 1 year off in particular, maybe taking like a year off from school or work or something to focus your attention elsewhere. But it's like you've got a lot of personal experience coming in this year. Another pile in this same reading today also got Hermit card as their ascendant, and it's weird because it's like, obviously, like, you know, this is like identical twins. I mean, both of you guys, both piles pulled Hermit for the ascendant. So it's like it's identical twins here. They look exactly the same. They're in the same position, but these cards have total different meanings. So your Hermit is alluding to like a really big move or a big step that you're making on your own. And this can be in any capacity, but the start of the zodiac new year, this April, you may feel more open to the idea of doing something that you normally would not do. Like maybe going out to dinner by yourself or like to a movie by yourself. It's like my pile fours don't want to be shy anymore. Or you're breaking out of some sort of shyness. For some of you, this Hermit is talking about becoming more bold. So this could be doing that hairstyle that you've always wanted to do, but you just didn't want it to like look like something, or, you know, maybe dressing in the way that you want it to dress. And this is like you doing something that's a bit more bold and not so, it's like you're not trying to like hide yourself. It's not even about like fitting in. It's just like you're not trying to like hide yourself, you know? So this is totally you looking inwards at what scares or maybe intimidates you and why, and then doing that very thing that either scares or intimidates you. So this is totally you pushing yourself out of your comfort zone all year, the next 12 months for sure. So let's see, let's get an archetype card for your ascendant energy. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we got a couple, or we got 3. So we have here Warrior, and Warrior says light attributes: strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice and conquering the ego. Shadow attributes: trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Then we have here Seeker and Martyr. So Seeker says light attributes: thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are, a lot like the Hermit. And then Shadow says inability to commit to a path once found. Interesting. Then we have here Martyr, light attribute: learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Shadow attribute: addiction to self-pity. Okay. So these are the 3 archetype cards that we have for you. And then underneath the deck here we have Pioneer. Light attribute: passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Shadow: compulsive need to keep moving on. Yeah, you guys, even though the Hermit is here, you guys have like a lot, there's like a lot of movement in this Hermit card for you with your ascendant. This coming out as like your ascendant energy, there's like a lot of movement that I'm just picking up here, and we see that here with Seeker. You kind of like looking for something, kind of, you know, trying to break out of your shell in some way, shape, or form. No matter what age you are, you could be middle age, you could be a senior, and there's something that you still haven't done on your own yet. You know what I mean? It's like whatever you haven't done on your own just yet, because for whatever reason, that's where I see you guys really focusing your attention this year or over the next 12 months, and maybe even majority of April. It just doesn't feel, April doesn't feel significant right now. This feels more so like a kind of like far, not a far out thing, but just not in, you know, maybe just in the future. And then we have like Martyr. So Martyr is all about sacrifice, self-sacrifice, giving something up for a better cause or a greater cause. So this could be you giving up, maybe like hiding or shying away from attention, something like that, in order for you to embrace your true nature, your true energy. Which you have kind of like this like warrior sort of energy to you in a sense, where it's like you're a lot more bold than how you come off, is just what I'm picking up. Like you're a lot more bold than how you come off. You may come off like very, you know, quiet or polite or something like that, but it's like you're not, you're a lot more bold than how you seem to people. You know, first impression, there's so much more depth to you beyond like your first impression. is just what I'm picking up my pile fours. Okay, let's check out your midheaven energy over here. So this angle, it rules the top of the chart. I actually have like a little astrology chart right here. And so basically midheaven rules the top of the chart. So, you know, this is where we're aspiring to get to, right? So this angle, the MC, is basically like the crown of your chart, since it's the top of the chart, right? It's like the crown of the chart. So it represents our ambition, our biggest dreams and goals, legacy, and the energy surrounding it. The MC can also symbolize reputation, how you rise in the world and in society. Okay, so it's ruled by Capricorn and Saturn, and we, you know, Capricorn rules the devil card, so it's all about basically owning or dominating the material realm. Okay, so let's check out your MC, your midheaven energy, and we have the Page of Pentacles. Oh, 1010, watch out for 1010. That may be a significant number for you as well, pile 4. I just saw 1010 on my clock. Those are that's one of like my big power numbers, because I don't see it very often, and I always know when I see it what it means. But yeah, I just saw that, and so for you guys, that may be like a significant number that, you know, you really notice it when you see it. Okay, so Page of Pentacles here. This is interesting. So like I said, MC is all about how you rise. Your Page of Pentacles coming out to represent your MC, your midheaven energy, is the pile 4 for you. You rise by seizing every opportunity. And this is what I was feeling with your Hermit. So for you, the way that you secure more adventure and excitement in your life and experience is by being open to experiences, especially the ones that you want to say no to. And I know that that sounds weird, but a lot of progress or action for you is in the activities and opportunities that you want to reject. Okay, so Page of Pentacles is a novice. He has like a lot of ideas for this one pentacle, but he's not refined enough yet to be able to execute those plans exactly. That refinement comes from experience, trying things and being able to say, yes, I liked it, or no, I didn't, and formulating an idea from there. Okay, so as you can see with the Page of Pentacles, there's like this little mountain behind him. And in tarot, if you really study the cards, mountains are symbolic of challenge in a sense. It's symbolic of you have to work to reach the top of this mountain or to get to the other side. And so with the Page of Pentacles, he has to really exert effort when it comes to this one pentacle that he's really into. And so the pinnacle for you, pile 4, is basically this goal, whatever this goal is, in terms of like breaking out of some sort of comfort zone, breaking out of some sort of comfort zone, not doing the same thing. So you guys may be very focused on kind of like breaking up your own routine, which may have gotten very like monotonous and dull for you. It may have gotten to the point where you're feeling dull, you're feeling bored, you're feeling like I don't want to do this every single day for the rest of my life, or just the idea of doing something every day for the rest of your life may be an idea that starts to set in for you, where you're just like, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I want to, I kind of want to try something new or try something different. And so that's the part of that refinement process, just, trying things and being able to say later on if you liked it or not, if that's something that you're into or not. So it's like many of you over the next year, for instance, you may be asked to like jump on a friend's podcast as a guest, or like their channel, or to like travel somewhere with them, or some sort of like exposure. Maybe they're exposing you to something, they're exposing you to like some sort of like new experience, right? And your first like initial reaction is to say no, but say yes, pile 4. This month, your Page of Pentacles is telling you to create a vision board or write down intentions for the next 12 months. Basically where you would like to see yourself by next April 2023. So your Page of Pentacles is also saying, for those of you, because I feel like a lot of my pile 4s are in a place where you are looking for something significant with this Hermit card over here. It could be a significant other. It could be an actual career. It could be what you're passionate about. You could be looking for experience, exposure, adventure. Some of you are just simply looking for you, and you don't know how to find that. You don't know how to get there. Your Page of Pentacles is saying you're going to find what you are looking for, gradually. It's some sort of a gradual process here. Like, for example, let's say you want to know what your life's purpose is. This Page of Pentacles is saying over the next year, you're not just going to stumble into it where it's like you try acting and you realize, oh my God, I love being an actor. No, this was like, that was never your destiny, pile 4, just stumbling into acting. It's like instead you were always like fated to construct this purpose. So this is you like taking up a friend's offer to like go on a podcast, for example, and walking away from that, realizing how much you enjoyed talking about different topics of conversation. And somehow it leads you into acting because you realized how much you enjoyed performing, or how it brought out your personality, or it leads you into like journalism or art. I don't know. It's just an example, but this is like you doing something else and slowly making your way to your answers, to some form of clarity. Like, oh, I tried this, and even though podcasting isn't my thing, I really like having an audience and talking to people or whatever it may be. So this is like you sort of finding your way by like doing all these other weird things that it's like you're going to find your way by realizing maybe like things that you don't necessarily like, or by just trying things and then just slowly kind of chipping away at the answer to what your life's purpose is or your career is or something like that, if that makes sense. Let's see. Let's get some cards here for your MC energy. So we have for you, we've got love. Okay, so some of you are looking for love, and then we also have nature. So what I'm actually getting with nature is that nature is just you being maybe even more like natural, more in your element. Like I was saying, like this is like you wanting to be more, there's so much more depth to you that you don't come off that way, because it's like there's almost something about like maybe your presence or just your like appearance where you don't let maybe people in easily, or you don't let people know that there's a lot more depth to you. Something like that. So I feel like this is you guys being more in your nature, a little more in your element. As far as love, like I said, some of you guys, you may be looking for a significant other. You may be looking for a significant relationship or something like that. Underneath the deck here, we have physical activity. So this could be some of the things that you guys are really focused on in terms of like goals over the next year. Maybe you want to get more into a job that feels more natural. It feels more like you. It feels more like a natural passion, a natural something that you're just naturally interested in or into, as well as too, love could be a really big focus for you guys over the next year. Whether you're in a relationship or not, this could be a huge focus for you. Love can come through in so many different ways. This could be a new pet. This could be a child. This could be a relationship. This could be your family getting bigger, you know? So there's so many different ways that this could come through. Love could even come through by you finding a job that you really, really love, or this could be you developing a better relationship with yourself even. But this is like some of the main focuses for you guys over the next year here. So let's check out your descendant. So descendant rules the right side of the chart. That's where the descendant angle is located. And so the descendant, if the first house and the ascendant angle represents the self, then what opposes it in the 7th house, the descendant angle, will rule the other. So this is all about relationships, partnerships, commitments. It could be the way that you view others and also the way that they view you. This could also be the way that you view relationships and commitments and partnerships as well. So let's just see what we have going on with your 7th house energy. And we've got the 7 of Swords in reverse. Okay. So this is ruling your descendant angle energy, pile 4. So some of you in some way were held back by a close relationship. And this relationship, in a way, took your identity almost. And it didn't do that to be malicious, but I feel like for some of you, there's like a close relationship in your life where you almost became dependent because of how comfortable this relationship or other person made you feel. So for example, let's say that this was like a really super close friendship, right? You and this friend got so close that you almost started mimicking each other without realizing it. You guys may spend a lot of time with each other, or you may spend a lot of time with this person. You may have a lot of like inside jokes with this person. Like you guys really get each other. And I know the Seven of Swords is here, and this is like a very like notorious card, the Seven of Swords, but I'm gonna be real. It doesn't feel like a bad connection. This card doesn't feel bad. The only thing bad about it is how it suffocated your individuality, but it wasn't a conspiracy. You and this person just enjoy each other's company, and maybe you just become a little too dependent on them, or maybe they become a little too dependent on you. It's like you guys are kind of a little bit dependent on each other, you know? And I feel like you and this person, like you guys, like you're so comfortable with each other, and you love spending so much time with each other because you guys can really be yourself around each other. And I feel like that's why you guys get so much energy from being around each other, and you really like it and you really enjoy it. But again, it's not bad. It doesn't feel bad. And if you know the person that I'm talking about in your life, this is a literal soulmate of yours. And it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be family. This could be like a brother or a sister that you were very close to, so much that you guys share a lot of the same values, qualities, principles, ideals, opinions, interests. And so it's like it's almost twinning type energy here. Very strong, but this is a karmic relationship in the way that you guys spent maybe like a lot of lifetimes together. But in this current incarnation, you were meant to expand beyond this partnership in order to find you, in order for you to get closer to you. You may have North Node, South Node, your natal North Node, South Node in your first or seventh house, or North Node, South Node could currently be transiting your first versus your seventh house, because it'll definitely call for that. You could also have natal North, South Node in your fifth or 11th house, or the North and South Node could currently be transiting your fifth or seventh house. Okay, because it'll definitely cause that to happen, where we kind of break out of these maybe relationships or these groups and these communities that have sort of, in a sense, suffocated our personality, our individuality, our ability to just shine on our own and be independent. In some way, it may have stunted our independence or our growth in some way, shape, or form. And I'm seeing that happen here a little bit, but it's not there's nothing negative about it. It's just simply that there's such a comfort here. It's another comfort zone. It's another comfort zone, and that's exactly what you guys are trying to like break out of. At least that's like the theme of your year that I'm seeing here. With your cards personally. This is a big focus over the next year for many of my pile fours. It's sort of like peeling away from anyone that you almost feel too comfortable with. So it's like the universe and even your higher self wants to push you outside of your own comfort zone with this Hermit card right here. They want you to have to improvise with this Page of Pentacles and learn as you go along and not be so damn comfortable with the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this could even be as well. You know what just came through? For some of you, if this is like a friend or whoever this is that you may be very close to, that it's not romantic, this person that you spend a lot of time with, they may end up getting into a relationship this year that they are extremely committed to, very serious about. They may end up getting engaged or married this year, moving in with a partner of theirs. They may end up having a child or getting a job, something like that, where their attention gets pulled away from you in a sense. And this Seven of Swords, I'm kind of feeling like is happening in a sense where it's like this person that you're very comfortable, very attached to, they get sort of pulled away because some sort of developments are happening in their own personal life, and it kind of leaves you feeling a little bit like, oh my gosh, like I don't have my safety blanket with me, you know, like I don't have my safety net. Like this person maybe this person's always your plus one. Maybe you always bring them to like events or whatever, you know, or social outings or something like that. Maybe every time you want to go see a movie, this is the person that you call. Every time you want to go take a trip, maybe this is the person that you call. This particular person here, maybe getting into something or doing something, they could be the ones that are moving away or something like that. And you don't have that same comfort zone to fall back on anymore. Okay, let's see. Let's get a card here. Let's get a card for your relationships. Look, 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 look. Look, pile 4. Look at what we have for relationships. It just came out. Freedom. It's what yeah, exactly. Freedom from this relationship. It's like somebody's getting pulled away. It could be you, it could be this other person. I feel like whatever it is that you get pulled away though is like it's for your independence. Like you're gonna be more so alone. I feel like just so you can have some sort of independent experiences outside of this relationship. So what it says here with freedom is it says freedom, the energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, balanced expression, and bold exploration. Yeah, I kept saying you guys are like, there's something that's a lot more bold about you this year. And I think it's because you don't have this safety net that you can fall back into with this particular person or relationship. You don't have this comfortable place that you can just sort of run to, you know? Then we have here strength. The frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all of our qualities and skills toward a strong and balanced way of being. And then underneath the deck, we have romantic love. See, so somebody's getting into a relationship, and it could be you, or it could be this other person. And that's what causes you guys to sort of like not depend on each other as each other's safety nets anymore. But it says here the frequency of romantic love supports our experience to know ourselves through the reflection of a conscious lover. So yeah, this could be you guys. This could definitely be happening for sure over the next year for my pile 4s, and that's going to shift a lot for you in terms of how you kind of connect back to you in a way. Okay, let's check out your emblem Koli. This is the lowest part of the chart. So if the MC is the crown of the chart, the top of the chart, then what directly opposes it at the bottom is the root. Okay, so this is the source of our essence and our being. When we analyze the emblem Koli, this is all about our soul. This is our moon energy. You cannot change your soul. You cannot change your moon energy. It is what it is. Yes, the moon experiences different phases, but does the moon change when she's a full moon versus a quarter moon? No, it's just the amount of light that's shining on her that makes her appear different. So the moon, that's why the moon represents the soul, the essence, this living energy that powers us, right? So that's the soul, that's your essence, that's your root, and that's your truth. So this angle rules the house that represents Cancer, the moon, as well as the mother, okay? Since we come from the mother, right? So let's see what we have going on here. We've got the 4 of Wands. This is interesting. Okay, so in April and over the next year, you may have a lot of realizations all pointing back home or to your childhood. Wands and tarot, they represent, they translate to spirit. Spirit is in your fire, right? Because wands represent fire in tarot. Fire esoterically translates to the spirit. So this is all about what burns within you, like passion or desire, motivation, determination, what is fueling you. It also represents personality and ego. So this showing up at the lowest part of your energy or your chart in this reading means that you are going to break out a lot of patterns that you developed from childhood, as well as whatever dependency started or was taught there in your childhood or in your past is being reckoned. It's being broken with every new experience and opportunity that you take on this year with this Page of Pentacles right here. A lot of reflection and moments of realization, because pile 4 this next year for you is all about doing the shit that you don't want to do, doing the shit that you'd rather, kind of like push it off or not dive directly into it because it's too much change at once. Maybe you have a lot of fixed energy in your chart. Your South Node may be in a fixed sign or in a house that is a fixed house. But there's a lot of epiphanies about like where your dependency may have come from, or this fear of independency, where that may have come from. There's a lot of epiphanies about this, like, oh, this came from here and this came from there. And, oh, I did start your reading saying that some of you want to know who you are or what your purpose is. In other words, you want clarity with where you're going, who you're becoming, what you're meant to do, what comes next. You're going to get all of those answers this year. This month of April, though, the beginning of the zodiacal new year for you is going to feel very normal to a lot of my pile fours. It won't be this like massive moment of like, let me just up and move, or let me just up and change my job, or quit my job, or go to this party by myself. A lot of my pile fours, April's not going to be this like massive big change that you just make in your life. I'm not personally saying that. Of course it could happen. You know, I'm not God. I'm just saying I don't necessarily see it in the cards, me personally. But this is something that it's like it's gradual. It happens over time. This April may feel very normal to you. Page of Pentacles is representing these gradual big steps that you're taking or making. It's like there's something within you that's being stirred. Okay, we see that right here with the Four of Wands. There's something within you that's being stirred. In the sense of like your fire energy, your desire, your motivation, what you want to do. There's something that's being stirred that will eventually lead to you leaving your job, quitting your job, making that big move, getting into a relationship, getting out of your relationship, becoming single, whatever it is, whatever this big move, big change is this gradual thing that's being like developed within you right now, or it's being like generated in you right now, but it's gradual. Okay, so you won't see the like physical effects of it until maybe like a little later on. So a lot of these experiences will come as a surprise and over time you'll break out of your own shell. But I see that as like a big motivator or goal for many of you, is just kind of breaking out of this shell here. Let's see, let's get some essential oil cards. Okay, this one just kind of, let me see, what is this one? Okay, so the one that, this kind of just, I'm trying to remember if I caught this card or if I don't know. I'm gonna just show it to you guys anyway. So we have oregano, the card of resonance, trigger statement, I am right, true statement, I am open to the unknown. You are being shown what is dissonant in your life. Allow the beliefs that are not serving you to fall away and be open to your bright future. We have here Siberian fir. See these, all three of these flipped over, but we have here acceptance, trigger statement, we must remember, true statement, I am free of the habits that do not serve me. And it says, lay down the armor passed down to you from your family. Exactly. Release habits that are not serving you and forgive on behalf of generations past. This is what you guys are realizing with the Four of Wands. Like I was saying, you're going to realize where a lot of these maybe sort of themes surrounding independence and codependency came from, that I'm saying. I'll read these two to you guys, but I think it was a Siberian fir that wanted to be seen. So this one says, peaceful, my life is a mess, trigger statement. True statement, I find stillness within. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Go within to find peace there, and your life will reflect that. Then we have here comforting, the card of consolation, trigger statement, I cannot go on. True statement, my heart is light. Please hold space for the feelings that you have. Honor them and be with them. Your burden will be lightened. Okay, let's just get one more. Then we also have here for you gratitude, trigger statement, I am overwhelmed, true statement, I am moving. The time for planning is complete. Take action no matter how small. Begin today. Okay, so you guys are also being called, like I said, this is what is being like produced within you, is this feeling. It's just gradual, but there's this feeling of the time for planning is complete. Take action. Like this feeling of take action is gradually being produced within you to push you to actually take that action with the Page of Pentacles. There's also something too that you guys really want to do, but you're anticipating maybe how much effort or work it's going to take, and you're just looking at like all the things that you got to do, and it's just kind of putting you off of it. Like we were talking about the Page of Pentacles and this mountain over here. He knows how much effort it's going to take to go to climb that mountain and get to the other side. And so that may be another reason why you guys are sort of dragging your feet a little bit with this move or whatever it is. And the fact that this says I am moving, I feel like this is confirmation for my pile fours. If you've been fantasizing about moving, wanting to move, wanting to start over somewhere new or somewhere different in a new home, that will be happening as well for over the next 12 months with this true statement saying I am moving. Like it just sounded like It just sounded like somebody needed that reassurance, or you needed that confirmation to know like that move is happening this year. And then we have here underneath the deck, bliss, trigger statement, why am I here? True statement, I make a difference. You will have the motivation you need to express your light. Know that what you do today makes the world a better place. Yeah. Cool. And then let's check out your earth energy here. So earth energy basically symbolizes our physical incarnation and the tangible reality that we have manifested, whether directly or indirectly. So earth energy in astrology represents everything that we can touch, hold, or that we consider to be real. So this is all about what physical developments are happening for you this month and over the next 12 months, since April is really going to set the tone for the next 12 months here with the zodiacal new year. And so we have for you the Seven of Cups coming out in place of your earth energy. Okay. So pile 4. I'm so happy that I chose to do your pile, because I was about to not do a pile 4. I've been like so tired. There's so much I've been working on lately, but I'm so glad that I did your pile. Like I feel like your reading just needed to happen for someone. Okay, so anyways, we have here the Seven of Cups for you. So the developments that you make, the physical developments and the physical sort of results that you see over the next year are entirely up to you. Pile 4, how much you break out of your shell will depend on how willing you are to step outside of it. Also, how willing you are to take the good with the bad. Like sometimes you're going to try something and walk away not being a fan of it, but don't let it stop you from experimenting and taking risks. So the Seven of Cups is extremely risky. We see that with every single 7 in tarot, from the 7 of Cups to the 7 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Wands. We even have the 7 of Swords for you over here. And if you notice, like sevens, like when you think about sevens in like gambling or like at the casino, if you get like all sevens, like lucky sevens, you know, like sevens, the idea of the number 7 anyway is very risky when it comes to tarot, from what I've studied and what I know. So with the 7 of Cups right here, it's a risky feeling, and every 7 kind of represents some sort of a gamble, or just simply not knowing how something is going to turn out, but we roll the die anyway, right? So this is about keeping your heart open, you know, keeping it open, keeping your mind open, keeping your eyes open no matter what happens. So for example, this is keeping your heart open after dating someone and it doesn't work out. Staying optimistic after a letdown, because look at this card with the 7 of Cups right here. They each cup has something different in it, right? As you can see, each cup has something different in it. While you may be aiming for like riches or this one cup right here, you've got 6 chances to choose the wrong cup, but the cup is there. That's an important thing to remember. You might not get it the first time that you roll the dice, but eventually he is going to choose the right cup. And so it's a matter of him not walking away and not giving up before he gets a chance to claim what is his. So this is entirely up to you, pile 4, because the year that you are in alignment with is at your mercy. If you're willing to try to take risks and put yourself out there, you will eventually nail it. And the cool thing about the 7 of Cups is it's all about process of elimination. The more you try, the closer you get to your goal, your desired reality, or that one cup that you've been wanting. So that's the cool thing about that card. Let's get one final. Oh no, let me pull some career and finance cards real quick, and then we'll get one final card from your spiritual team. No, okay, hold on. There is something better. I think wanted to be seen. So it's the first one that we have for you. Let's see, what were these two? We have here unrealistic, unexpected. Let me keep shuffling. And then we have designer came out for you. And it says here, you're being called to tune into your own individuality, like I've been talking about, and express yourself. A career in fashion, art, or any artistic endeavor could be just for you. Get creative with your finances. Perhaps it's time to discover a new talent. Yeah, and then underneath the deck here we have for you persistence. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Success is just around the corner. Follow through with what you set out to do consistently until you reach your goal. Hard work is desired to keep building on your finances. Exactly. Just keep going. This is all about not giving up for you specifically, pile 4. It's all about not giving up in order to reach your desired goal. And let's just get one final card here from your spiritual team. I feel like, yeah, this is 2 cards. Okay, so the card that came out for you is magic. So I'm going to read this out of the book. Give me a sec. And then underneath the deck, we had breathe, or a breath. Okay, and it says here, our magical practice, whatever it may be, is alive. It is a growing thing. It blooms and sheds right along with us, but the most powerful thing we can do is let it be our own. Teachings and study are critical. We must be respectful of tradition and those that came before. That being said, what works for others may not work for us, and our magic is far more powerful when we are not trying to be something that is not authentic to us. You may not be someone who is called to elemental magic, but you see it everywhere, in books, courses, and on social channels. This exposure may lead you to believe that you have to practice the way everyone else does, but your gift may be in song. Reclamation is a big part of magic, reclaiming what is truly yours, that which lives deep within your bones. Like I was saying, this is all about you going on an independent journey to really finding your own self, your own power, and your own magic is what this card is also saying. And then it says here, let yourself get tuned to the key of your magic and trust that the more you allow and let go, the more it shows up. Companion is Mundane, and the song is San Francisco by Scott McKenzie. And pile 4, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self. Amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys.